Big honk!
Oh, we've got an explosion in there too.
Explosion, and I will explain why the explosion when I tell you what film I'm doing.
I was going to say, like primetime jocks there. That was pretty good. Like Chris Moyles.
Yeah, everyone's going to be going, what's Big honk? Well, find out for yourselves, guys.
Get to the shops.
the garage by my house.
Yes, get to the spa.
Get yourself a big honk.
Get it
in your mouth and swallow
Get all
it
that
down.
nougat goodness in your mouth and swallow it all down. That's what we
way too much for me.
And it sounds like we're talking shit, and we aren't. So, look at that.
Big honk is a real thing, and it's gross. Don't ever have it.
Dave, explosions? No, I wasn't asking for more.
Okay. Yeah, explosions, because today I am doing... Oh, I was going to reveal it straight away then, but I thought I'll give you a little bit of backstory.
A little bit of tidbits.
I was home alone, wasn't I? And I was feeling like... Just want a little comfort blanket, you know. It's been a while since I've been home alone without the wife.
Is it going to be an Arnold Schwarzenegger film?
It's not going to be an Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Is it going to be a Sylvester Stallone film?
No, it's not going to be Sylvester.
Is it both of them? Is it Expendables?
It's not 80s. It's not got one of the classic action hero. It's got a classic action hero, but it's got a 90s classic action hero in. Because I just wanted something that was like a warm hug of a film that just reminded me of childhood and that just made me happy. And so the film I chose to do today...
Yeah, no, I'm really excited, because I legit don't know.
The film I chose to do today was...
Mighty Joe Young. Spy Kids.
Independence Day.
Independence Day. Yeah, fair enough.
Independence Day.
We're quite far away from it, are we?
Yeah, July 4th.
July 4th, yeah.
We are further away from it than we are close to it.
But it's because we don't...
celebrate or care about it.
No, but we also don't accept what they did. Because... Do you know what? They threw all that tea in. I don't even like tea. But it was the symbol of what they did.
Yeah.
And do you know what? The Americans...
Can't be British and see people waste tea.
No, the Americans can... And this is a Wreckfast Club, you know, not guaranteed. What's it? What am I after? A Wreckfast Club edict.
Yeah.
They can all get fucked.
Yeah. From us to you, the entire country of America.
I want that tea back.
Fuck yourselves. Give us that tea back. We won't have it.
No. Give us the tea back and you'll be fucking sound.
You'll be alright, buddy. Cross us. And
again.
Fear our wrath.
We eating your big hunks left, right, and centre over here.
Fear our tiny, underpowered, lack of fuel.
Lack of crisps.
We can't get to you. We can't get to you because we've got nothing.
We've got no fuel for our cars. We've got no fuel for our men.
God, we're angry.
Oh, we're angry.
Impotent rage. That is what the UK is filled with right now.
Well, it's definitely impotent.
God, we're angry. But we can't do anything about it.
That's what the vaccine does, doesn't it? So.
Swells your balls.
Yeah, definitely not chlamydia. Definitely the vaccine.
Definitely the vaccine.
That's why I would be jumping for joy if the vaccine caused my cock and bollocks to get a bit bigger. We're running through the streets like Tiny Tim on Christmas Day after Scrooge had given money for a turkey.
Slightly less Tiny Tim.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the last turkey in the shop, Scrooge. As you fucking wave your bollocks to him.
A massive inflamed bollocks at him. Hey, no naproxen for this, bitch. Right. Hey. Speaking of water balloons, I bought probably the best gift ever for my nephew.
I'm excited.
It was 1,000 water balloons. However...
That's way too many water balloons.
No, it's not. However, all the water balloons came with a tiny little polystyrene pea in them.
I thought you were going to say with one little hole in each one.
Yeah, like condoms. And that's what Durex do, by the way. They pierce one in every 1,000 condoms. It's kind of like the Monopoly thing at McDonald's.
You win.
You win, baby. No, you fill them up, and you take it off the tap, and immediately the little polystyrene ball fills the hole, so there's no tie-in involved.
Oh, hello, that's genius.
Fucking genius.
That's really fucking smart, yeah.
Best idea ever. Best invention in the world.
That's insanely clever.
Businessman of the year.
Simple solution to an everyday problem.
Everyday problem of getting your fingers hurt because you're tying so many balloons for your kids.
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah, it is. Genius.
That's what people want.
Best thing I've ever bought. It was about £8.
That's such
for 1,000 balls.
1,000 balloons that self-seal.
Yeah, perfect.
That's insane.
Couldn't ask for anything better than that.
Do you know what the best thing is? He's going to feel like fucking cock of the hoop.
He is? Where's that phrase?
Water fight day. Cock of the hoop. That's a real phrase.
Alright, fair enough.
He's going to feel like cock of the hoop. Water fight day. Filling up his balloons.
He's too young for any cocks and hoops.
And then he's going to be fucking lobbing his balloons. He's going to be like, yes, I'm the fucking bee's knees.
Filling them up real fast. Bang, get one of them in your chin, bitch.
And then someone's dad is still inevitably going to come out, grab the hose,
and
just fuck these kids to death.
Well,
not in a weird way.
Oh, with the
not
hose.
like a sexual.
Hang on,
way,
still.
but in like a fuck you,
bam,
blast them, water balloon,
like
bam.
the Spanish police at a football
exactly.
away game.
Exactly. Like, if I ever become a dad, that is the thing I'm most looking forward to. Is
spraying kids with a hose.
No, is like buying your kid like some shit little water pistol.
Yeah, and then spraying them with a
seeing
hose.
the excitement on their face when they run in. They're like, "Hey, Dad," and you're like, "What?" And they're like, "Ha!" Then you fucking blast you, and you're like, "Oh, you got me, son." And then you're like, "Oh, go out in the garden, have a play with water." And you just come out and grab those and just fucking, "Hey, guess what? Fuck off."
And do you know what? It's one of the only things the Americans have that I'm kind of jealous about is
water cannons,
the fire hydrants.
Oh, okay.
I'd love just a fire hydrant at the side of the road that you could just pop off and.
Yeah.
And speaking of Americans. Independence
Day. How easy is it to pop off one of those hydrants? Because it looks really
I don't know
easy
if that's in the film, but
I don't think it is.
No, I don't think they spray the
really
aliens
film,
with fire hydrants. It's not evolution.
I'm going to throw it out there. I can't remember what happens in this film, so it's going to be a real thrill ride from start to finish.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Aliens
happen. So we start off, we're on the moon.
Yeah. Straight away on the moon.
And they're
do like the moon.
Panning round, they're showing all the shit that Americans have left up on the moon. There's like a plaque from all the astronauts.
Yeah.
There's a flag and stuff.
Yeah.
If
you believe that.
What I will say is, right, and I'm not saying the people who doubt the moon landing is real.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, go on.
This is a film. The moon looked pretty real to me in this film. I'm just saying... They recreated it pretty fucking spot on.
Oh, right, yeah. Was this in 60, 69 as well?
Nah, this was like 90. But,
99.
If they can do it in 90s, they can do it in the 60s.
Is that how it works?
Far removed, is it? So,
yeah.
I'm just saying, people who deny that they landed on the moon, right.
Oh,
correct.
Simple as that.
Correct.
You're saying that they are correct.
I think they're geniuses. I think they're the real fucking switched on members of society.
I'll tell you what, while we're on this, I don't ever think I've really seen the horizon either. I've never seen a curve.
I've never seen a curve.
I've seen a flat line.
Right in if you've ever seen a curve. No one.
Never
idiot.
seen a curve in my life.
Wake up, sheeple.
The whole world's 2D.
We're on, and I'm doing air quotes here, we're on the moon.
Okay, yeah.
If there is such a thing.
Yeah.
We're on the moon.
We're on a celestial body.
The moon.
Could be on Titan for all I know.
Who knows? None of them are real, are they?
Yeah.
It's all just a fucking computer simulation.
Didn't think this would go here. This fast. Didn't think it'd go here.
I'm very drunk, so let's get through this film quick. So they're on the moon and going through all the shit.
Who's they? The cameraman.
Just a camera, yeah. Okay. Just a camera's on the moon.
Cameraman's on the moon.
Yeah. And then we get a big Star Wars opening.
Ooh.
Big ship over the moon.
Oh, like a Star Destroyer?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
The camera pans up and you see this big ship go.
So it's aliens immediately. I didn't realise they opened the bat with aliens.
Mate, this film is immediate aliens.
Which
and
is
also,
good.
Like 600 scenes in this film are people panicking about aliens.
Yeah, I bet they are, yeah.
Yeah. It's madness. So then, we're on Earth, and...
I thought you said Ron Earth. I thought that was the name of...
We're...
that was the Will Smith's character.
Ron Earth.
Ron Earth. Welcome to Earth.
Welcome
when he says
Earth.
that.
Yeah. Welcome to Ron Earth.
Ronald Earth.
Welcome to Ronald Earth.
Fucking hell. Oh, that was the president of the United States is Ron Earth.
Welcome to Ron Earth. Bill Pullman, Ron Earth.
Oh my god.
So, the spaceship is heading towards Earth.
Yeah.
We're on Earth. And we're meeting all the people on Earth. And some of the people are the President of the United States, played by Bill Pullman.
Yeah. Now, fun fact about him.
Is it to do with separating the two parts of his surname?
No, his name's Bill. It's William, Chopper William.
Willie Pullman. That's his name.
Well, I don't know if he will, but his name's William. That's all I know.
I don't know if he... Oh, no way. No way. What happens in this film? So, Big Willie Pullman, he's president of the United States.
That's pretty good. They all voted him in. Ronald Reagan, the actor. That's Bill Pullman.
We learned that old Willie Pullman. He's he used to be a fighter pilot. And so they all voted him in based on his military history.
Oh, really? Is that what they needed in the late
needed.
90s?
Yeah.
The military president.
A military president. But he's a president in peacetime. So people are questioning whether he's got the ability to president in peacetime. People say he's way too fucking...
Especially being that it's been peacetime at this point for, almost 20 years.
A long old time. Yeah. We also meet at this point... we meet Russell K, his name is.
Russell Kane, the comedian?
No, just Russell K.
Ah, that's a shame.
Yeah. Russell is alcoholic, which is played off for hilarious.
Well, it's a disease that is funny.
It's just the funniest disease, isn't it?
God, just drink anything. God, it's so nice.
We're going to hell.
I think we've done this before.
We're going to hell for this.
We've done this before.
I think we probably have done this before, yeah. But it doesn't mean we're not going to hell for it.
Hell doesn't exist, neither does the moon.
Rusty is a former pilot in the army. Yeah. Now he lives in a caravan with his 3 kids.
Oh, this is a Caravan Kid guy? I remember this guy.
Yeah.
I always confused this guy with someone from Mars Attacks.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, because they've got the same face. Yeah,
and they have the same plot.
Yeah.
Totally.
He's a drunk. Ebenezer drunk.
Ebenezer drunk, yes, please, Dave. Well done.
1-0. And he is currently working as like someone who flies over farms and like crop dusts them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, chemtrails and all that.
The chemtrail guy.
Yeah, he's the chemtrail guy.
Okay.
And so this
film gets
real into conspiracies.
It really does, yeah.
And so he goes and flies over this farm and fucking chemtrails it.
Does he leave the circles in it or no?
Yeah.
Mutilates all the cows.
Yeah.
Tips them.
And then some kid, one of his kids, drives up and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "What do you mean, what am I doing?" And he's like, "It's fucking wrong farm, innit, you bellend?"
Chemtrails?
And he's like, "Oh shit, wrong farm."
Did the wrong farm.
He's drunk, isn't he?
Or in a plane?
Yeah.
Holy
Chemtrailed
shit.
the wrong farm completely.
I wouldn't want to be pissed in a plane. I've been pissed on a plane once and I got immediately hungover. I wasn't flying the plane either.
I went to Sweden for work.
Yeah.
And spent a couple of days in Sweden. It was great. It was absolutely amazing. Went to a beer festival. This was for my old job. Went to a beer festival in Sweden. Got drunk with some Swedes. Had a brilliant time. Absolutely best couple of days of my life. No, didn't have any potatoes.
No carrots?
No. Found this
just
amazing
Swedes, then.
Yeah. That was very good.
Thanks.
Almost so good I missed the joke.
That's the best joke.
Did get given a coffee cup that was like double walled, which is the first time I've seen. Now it's very popular, but this is the first time I've seen it. And he passed me this coffee cup which had hot coffee in, and I was holding it and I was like, it's not hot though. It's double insulated. Like the thing on the outside is cool, but inside it's hot.
Was it that cool?
That's insane, mate.
Is it?
Honestly insane. Also in Sweden, I got on their train. And I got on into the carriage and I was like, oh shit, I've stepped onto first class. So I got back off the train and walked down a few carriages and got back on. And then I was like,
they're all just first class?
Just first class.
It's only first class.
So I was like, oh no shit. So I like carried on walking through a few carriages.
And then the train left.
They were all just the same.
They were all just really nice.
Apparently trains in Sweden are just the fucking bomb.
Sweden sounds like a great place.
Sweden's great. Although I shit myself because I was on work money. Yeah, I was on work money and I turned up at the first place after I'd been on the flight for, however many hours it is. I had like 7 breakfasts. Something
of course, yeah, they're good 7 or 8.
And got to the place where the plane stopped the airport normally, but you
never know. Not in Sweden. Could be on the train tracks.
Ordered a pizza and the bill came and it was like 9,000 whatever. I think their money's krona.
Did you order gold pizza? Is that what you thought you'd ordered?
Well, I think they're on krona, or they were on krona at the time. I don't know if they're still on.
They're not in euros. So
but krona is insane. The exchange rate is insane. But I saw 9,000 on this bill. Yeah. And I was like...
You just shit your... Yeah, of course you did,
I was like, oh shit, I'm on work money. This is the first time I'd like been away for work.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, no, I mean, you can't... I was thinking...
Charge me $9,000. That's a car, for fuck's sake.
I'm going to have to try and run away.
Forgot about exchange rate.
Swedish people.
From the Swedish House Mafia. Run after people with the sick bass lines.
What was the point of this story?
Oh,
shit, yeah. And then on the flight back, they came up and they were like, oh, do you want any drinks? And I was like, no, I've not got any money. And they were like, no, it's complimentary on the way back.
Yeah.
I got fucked. I was like, just don't fucking move from here.
Well,
I'll have as many beers as
that's
you
what
got.
happened. That's what happened when I went to
trolley.
Florida on a long haul flight. You get free ale, and we probably had. I think we had like 6 beers, and then you know them little silly Jack Daniels things, which is 2 shots essentially. Yeah. 4 or 5 of them.
Nah, it's risky.
But
mate.
I was because in 9.5 hour flight, so I was pissed and hungover at the same time because the low pressure. It was fucking awful. Plus, I'd left my phone in Heathrow Airport, hadn't I? So
that's devastating. Yeah,
sounds like a Dolly Parton song. That.
The Sweden flight was alright because it's like 3 hours, something like that.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
9.5 was
great.
Too far.
Go to Sweden, guys. It's great.
Everyone goes to Sweden.
Where the fuck was I in this film? What was going on?
There was just a hick doing chemtrails, I think.
Chemtrail guy, yeah.
We talk about being pissed on a
the wrong
plane.
farm, yeah, and he's pissed, and everyone's like, "You fucking loser! You're all pissed."
They give him a lot of shit, do they?
Yeah, everyone hates him.
I assume he's landed the plane.
Yeah, he lands it. He's fucking great at flying a plane. He chemtrails the farm, even though it's the wrong farm, and he lands it, and then he just fucking takes a swig out of his hip flask, and he's like,
nice.
He can't even walk properly, but he can fly a fucking plane. Good lad.
I mean, that's impressive.
It's impressive, isn't it? Yeah. So, during all this, the big UFO is flying over towards Earth, and the Americans pick up a signal that says, the UFO's coming, and the president is like,
an alien signal?
Yeah.
Wow.
They pick up an alien signal. And the president of the United States is like, no shit, we've got this aliens coming. And he's like,
yeah, I'd be more threatened than that.
I think he'd be threatened. But at this point, they're like questioning what it is. They're like, is it a meteor? Is it a comet?
Oh, okay.
So they don't know what it is. We also meet... who do we meet? No, Jeff Goldblum at this point.
Of course we do. Forgot he was in this.
We meet Jeff Goldblum, who works at a TV station. And as the... big UFOs flying over, the TV station loses signal and it starts like flickering and going crazy, and he's like, oh, what's going on here? And then we meet
classic Jeff way.
Yeah, we meet his assistant.
Yeah.
Who
sexy lady?
No.
Oh.
No. Very effeminate man.
Okay.
Who has the weirdest voice in Hollywood.
No. Weirder than Andy Dick.
Yes.
Wow. That's impressive.
So Jeff Goldblum's name...
Fuck Andy Dick, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. He is a dick. This guy's main role in this film is to talk about how he needs to call people. That's all he does. Calls his mom, calls his lawyer, calls his best friend. I don't know. Jeff Goldblum's name in this film is David.
Brilliant.
Easy to remember.
Easy to remember for you.
And this guy comes running up to him and he's
Goldblum.
like, David. Oh, I can't even do it. It's so
you said
throaty.
you were going to do an impression. I want it.
I know. David. Like, oh,
he sounds like he's part lizard.
Yeah.
He sounds like an alien.
I need to call my mother.
Is he an alien? Who plays him?
I don't know who plays him.
Find out.
But he's got the throatiest fucking voice.
Is it Macy Gray?
Well, it could be. Could be Macy Gray dressed as a man. Who knows? Maybe it is.
Right. So far, this film sounds exactly like 1999 Godzilla. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah. It's
cool.
Big action blockbuster. Yeah.
Every beat is the same thus far to the TV station.
Yeah.
Everything.
So the big
just
UFO.
No guy shagging worms. That's the only difference.
Big UFO arrives over Earth, and then it fires off like a load of little smaller UFOs.
Oh, so that's already in.
Yeah.
Alien attack already.
They all fire off and they all come flying down to Earth. And then America's like, the president of America's like, oh shit, we've got loads of UFOs incoming. And they're all tracking these UFOs as they fly over Earth. And they make a real point of saying these UFOs are 15 miles long.
That's pretty long.
They're the size of a city.
The little UFOs are massive.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that is big.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
So all these UFOs come flying, and they start emerging over all the big cities in the world. So Washington, New York, London, Paris.
Good on the aliens for knowing.
Yeah. Well, they do explain this later on.
Do they actually?
They
okay, cool.
Explain it. Yeah. So, all these big aliens come up, and they arrive over all these cities and everything, and then the Americans are freaking out. They're like, what's going on? and they're like, we need to escape or blah blah.
Only
blah.
the Americans, right? Only they.
That's so far only the Americans care. Yeah.
That's good to know.
We later on see some Iraqis and some Brits.
Nice to get both.
They're the only other nations involved. Oh no, I think we see some Germans as well.
Yeah.
What's
this, like 95? I reckon this film 96,
something like that.
96 maybe. So the Iraqis needed the rub after the the Gulf War.
Yeah, needed a bit of screen time, didn't they?
Just to be like, no, we don't hate you anymore.
Yeah,
we're not going to do a war again.
Look, we've got a warmongering president, and he doesn't hate you.
He doesn't hate you. We're definitely not going to get our mate over in Britain to illegally enter a war too. Don't you worry.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that. Keep your heads down.
You're perfectly safe, lads. Good, we can laugh about it.
Good, we can laugh about it now. We voted them in. I didn't. I was too young.
Yeah.
Go on.
And so all these flying saucers arrive over Earth and all over the different bits. It's at this point that we do meet Will Smith.
Brilliant. Love Will Smith.
Will Smith is he's a soldier.
Yeah.
And he works for the US Army.
Yeah,
Air Force.
Plain soldier, I imagine.
Plain soldier. Yeah. He's a plain soldier.
Just a plain soldier.
He's just a plain old guy. Regular soldier.
Plain Jane, they call him.
Plain Jane soldier. They've made a point earlier on in the film where the president is like, these aliens are arriving and it's meant to be, it's on the 2nd of July. They make a distinct point of saying what date it is.
Yeah.
And they're like, all our soldiers are on, or like 50% of our soldiers are on leave or
Call
on...
them back.
Exactly.
Just bring them up.
Or, they're on
and just say to them,
4th of July.
Look up.
Yeah.
And they go, oh shit.
Oh shit, probably should go to work. Yeah.
Get to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm bladdered. You're like, yeah, well, of course you are.
Yeah,
but still,
of course you are.
Get to work.
Yeah, no, but seriously, you need to come fly a plane.
Because
we've seen this fucking crop duster guy fly a plane.
Actual aliens, by the way, so just come to work.
So, Will Smith's in this house, and he's with this girl who is his missus, his girlfriend. Lovely. She's got a young kid who's not Will Smith's kid. Kid from another relationship. It's made explicitly clear in this film that this is a kid from another relationship.
Well, good. It's nice to have a
non-nuclear family in a film. Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah, and Will Smith is a doting stepfather. He's very good with the child.
Yeah,
but the child is played by the same child who played cousin Nicky in Fresh Prince.
Oh, is it?
And that throws me off every time I watch this film.
Yeah,
I'm just like, well, it's just Will Smith and Nicky.
It is,
Nicky from Fresh
and
Prince.
he's sleeping with Aunt Viv, but the first one, not the second one.
Hate fucking her.
Yeah.
Because they all hated her.
They hated the first one, yeah.
Yeah, they did hate the first one.
Well, she shouldn't have been such a fucking prick.
Apparently. Allegedly.
Oh no, she thought it was a legitimate show, didn't she? She thought it was like a proper drama and couldn't deal with the fact that it was a comedy show. It's like, well, you signed up for it, mate.
Yeah. Do the job.
Do your job.
You're getting paid for
Do your job, please.
I
feel sorry for Uncle Phil.
Yeah, I do. Oh, what a great guy Uncle Phil
Saying
was.
that, he got to shag 2 different women, so fair play, Phil.
Best shredder of all time.
Best shredder of all time? Do you mean like jerky shredder, lifting shredder, or do you mean Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shredder?
Yeah. They've had a shredder in the Michael Bay films. Not as good.
Not as good. It's because those films were shit, though, isn't it?
Well, so Uncle Phil, best shredder of all time. Voiced him in the cartoons.
Yeah.
Best shredder of all time. Done.
Fair enough.
Nailed it. Well done,
that is another edict from the Wreckfast Club right there.
There you go. So cousin
didn't even
Nicky...
give him his real name. Just called him Uncle Phil. Throughout that whole bit.
Uncle Philder? No, that's weird. No, I don't like that. So cousin Nicky comes running. Cousin Nicky comes running into the bedroom, and he's like, guys, you need to wake up. You need to come look at this. And they're like, fucking go away, you little prick.
Really? Wow.
They're really mean to him. They're like, nah, fuck off. And they just go back to bed. Anyway, a bit later, Will Smith gets up and he like goes for a piss, and then he's walking around the apartment, and they feel like a big shake, and they're like, oh, it's just a fucking earthquake. It's just a small earthquake. It's just a standard earthquake, innit?
One of them run-of-the-mill earthquakes you always have.
Run-of-the-mill earthquakes. And so they're like, oh, fucking, let's go back to sleep. So they go back to sleep. And then
sleep again?
Well, this is when Nicky
I struggle. Once I'm up.
Once you're up, aren't you?
Once I'm up, I am up, yeah. I go for a piss, that's me.
Done. You're up and about.
There's only so many Lord of the Rings lore videos you can watch on YouTube in the background in order to get yourself to sleep.
So, Will Smith is up, he's had a piss, he's walking around, and then he turns on the telly, and he's like, oh, I think her name's like Janice or something. He's like, oh, Jasmine, her name is. He's like, Jasmine, there's something on the telly about this fucking earthquake. And they're talking about, you know, all the disruption.
It's actually an upquake. It's a skyquake. Shit.
Skyquake. And so then Will Smith is like, oh, I'm going to go get the paper. And he walks out the house. He trips over Cousin Nicky's toy. And he's like, fucking prick. And then he walks up and he gets the paper. And he's like, he's looking around and he's seeing all these people like getting in their cars and driving off. And he's like, what the fuck's going on? And then he looks up.
Skyquakes.
Massive
There's
UFO.
Big alien
How
shit.
did he miss it? How did he miss
Just didn't
it?
look up.
And then,
Will Smith can't look up. That's
he's like a dog. He cannot
like
look up. And then Jasmine walks out and she's like, do you want this coffee? And then she looks up and she's like,
she drops the coffee. Of course she does. Classic.
And then Nicky runs out and he's like, bam, bam. He's like shooting the aliens with a little fake gun. Not going to do shit,
Not
mate.
going to do fuck all there, kid.
Fucked it. So what's the point?
Get in a real jet and then try your luck.
So we're back with David at the Jeff Goldblum, the TV station place.
Yeah.
And he realizes that the reason that all the tellies are off is because the aliens are using satellites.
Blocking the satellite signal,
They're blocking the satellite signal. And he realizes that they're sending a message through the satellites. And he manages to decode it. And he realizes that it's a timer.
It just says Earth shit.
Yeah.
Earth shit. And it's been shit for ages.
Yeah. It's just a graffiti code of a dick.
Of a big dick.
Yeah.
It just says
Earth
8
sucks.
equals capital D. That's all it says. And then a hyphen for some jizz.
Earth sucks. He decodes the message and he sees that it's a countdown. And he's like, oh shit. And so he rings someone. And it turns out the person that he's ringing is his wife. And his wife works in the White House.
In the White House, that's good.
With the president.
Yeah.
So it's all
it's useful. It's all tying in.
And
useful person to ring.
Yeah. He rings his wife. But at this point, the president is giving a speech to everyone. And the president's like, you fucking calm down. Aliens, stay in your house.
Hey?
I don't know. He's
telling
trying
everyone to calm down.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the big...
I mean, where are they going to drive to, really?
Yeah, well...
Not a city, I suppose.
The big thing of this first opening sequence is that for like the first half an hour to 40 minutes of this film is that the president doesn't tell people to evacuate. And then the rest of the film is the president coming to terms with the fact he didn't tell people to evacuate quick enough.
Yeah, now, this happens a lot in films like this, where it's almost... Because we're English, and we have nowhere to evacuate to.
We're already in the country.
Other than into the sea.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We don't really understand, because America's real big, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they can evacuate all over the gaff, and they're probably
They've got
fine.
options. They've got options.
Whereas,
like Australia.
So we've never understood the whole... You know, the guy in charge needs to tell everyone to evacuate.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Also, the guy in charge told me to evacuate. I'd be like, fuck you soft con. I'm saying a word you say. Everything you say is fucking lies.
Evacuate where? Europe?
Yeah.
Well, I fucking can't, can I?
Yeah, no, I'll get in a HTV and just fucking drive to France. Oh,
Tell you what, 48% of us can. The rest you can fuck off.
You must evacuate. Yeah, must we? Must we? No, yeah, we must fucking leave Europe as well.
Must do a lot of shit, shouldn't we? Yeah, good.
Fuck
anyway.
Yeah, defund the NHS.
Just threw that in. Fucking hell, come on.
Terrible human. And so, what was I even saying?
Don't defund the NHS.
Defund it. It's not performing, is it?
Yeah, good.
Because it's got no money, so defund it and that'll help.
No, let's move on.
And so the president's giving this thing like, you fucking stay in your home, calm down, keep your shit together. And the wife picks up the phone to David, and Jeff Goldblum, in typical Jeff Goldblum, by the way, foxy in this film.
Is he?
Yeah, he's looking real good. Yeah,
This is.
I think this was pre-Jurassic Park.
No, Jurassic Park's like 93, 94.
I think he looks better in this than
This
he
is a
does in
couple of
Jurassic
years
Park.
after.
They put him in a flannel shirt with a little vest top underneath.
They shouldn't have given him a top.
And every now and again, the shirt just rides down past it. I've never had this. I've worn shirts in the past. They've never slipped off my shoulders.
No.
But it happens a lot to Goldblum. And
well,
it's a good
now
look.
I think he shouldn't have been wearing a shirt.
Yeah, well,
he should have just been fully topless, but with the flannel on. And then it could have been riding down. It would have looked really cool.
Amazing. Yeah. His hair in this, by the way, is fucking...
Babe, it's lovely.
Spawn.
Yeah, I can only imagine it's lovely.
I couldn't believe it. The whole way through the film, I was like, God, his hair's really good.
Blown away by Goldblum.
Yeah. Like, honestly, people would kill for that hair nowadays.
I'd do it, in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You give me the gun, I'll fucking do it.
Good looking motherfucker. His wife immediately hangs up the phone on him. She's like, "You piece of shit." They're divorced, by the way.
Oh, okay, so ex-wife then.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Should have said that, yeah. She hangs up on him. She's like, "You piece of shit. Fuck you." Close the phone on him. And he's like...
That's really unreasonable, though, especially when, we're in panic and there's aliens.
Yeah.
Maybe she just thinks he wants a bit of slaying.
Yeah. That's the only reason he's calling. He just wants a bit.
He wants some last night on Earth action.
Boom. Everyone's going to get some.
Jeff, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now.
And so Jeff at this point decides he needs to get to Washington to warn his wife. He needs to keep her safe.
Yeah.
Because he knows that the aliens are going to attack. At this point, America's thinking... Maybe the aliens are just here to
just here for a laugh.
Have a chat.
Yeah, they might just be hovering there for a bit of fun and then fuck off.
Jeff knows otherwise. Jeff knows there's a countdown.
Jeff knows a countdown. There could be a party.
Yeah, could be a party.
Celebrate.
They've come for Independence Day. They've come to set off some fireworks.
Do you have any turkey? Yes, we got these from the indigenous people.
It's at this point that there's like... what goes on? Because... Jeff goes to see his dad, basically, to get a car, because Jeff rides a bike everywhere, because he's a fucking eco-warrior. That's his whole character. It's like, he's a fucking save the planet, recycle,
he's going to have a job here.
To work. Yeah, I know. And so he goes to see his dad to get a car to get to Washington. Now, at this point, people are in full-on panic. So I can't remember if the aliens have already opened fire at this point, but I don't think they have.
Then they blow... And the first thing they do is blow up the White House, so...
No, because that's what the countdown's going towards. Jeff manages to warn them about the countdown before that happens, so I don't think the aliens have attacked yet.
Yeah.
But I think people are just panicking that aliens are over the city.
I'd be panicking.
It's terrifying, yeah.
I think I'd kill myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your answer to everything.
I know, pretty much, yeah, because I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, they might put you in alien jail.
I don't want to get probed. I don't want to go to alien jail. I definitely don't want to go to alien jail. That sounds like the worst thing ever. I don't want to go to regular jail. Alien jail could be the worst. It's too many variables.
Do you not think you could withstand a probing?
Not even a day. And no, I couldn't.
You couldn't withstand a probing?
No.
You might like it. That's
I know I won't. I've been to the doctor with a difficult case of...
But he wasn't trying to stimulate. He was trying to...
No, that's not what they're trying to do with the probes. They're not trying to stimulate you, Dave. They're trying to probe. They're trying to probe.
But they might be trying to see what turns you on.
What turns you on.
Yeah.
Well, that might be fun. I don't think I'm into it though, because I have been the doctor and it wasn't great. I said the wrong thing at the wrong time.
Did you? What did you
say? Did.
Oh, bit more.
He went, "Does the pain ever go through your groin area?" And I went, "Yeah, I suppose it does." And he was just like, "Right then."
Oh no.
Let's have a check, eh? I didn't like it.
I get that, but that's sciatica, and they know that. So
well, it was sciatica, but he still asked me about the groin area,
yeah.
because it's supposed to bypass the groin.
Your left leg and.
Oh well, right for me, but it's supposed to bypass the groin, but it didn't bypass. Well, it may have done, but I answered incorrectly, obviously, in that situation.
Well, sometimes you get a little bit of pain on the inside.
Dave, you need to go tell your doctor.
I'm not going to get a PBW from my doctor.
I'll do it.
My doctor wouldn't even
wank me off.
My doctor wouldn't even show up for my physio appointment.
Yeah, but you went to the physio with ghosts. He put both his hands on my shoulders and said, "Look, no hands." He didn't do that. Defund the NHS.
It's the joy of having a friend who's a doctor.
That's the joy of Booper. Yeah, I did go to my friend who's a doctor, to be fair. Yeah.
He weren't booked in. He just turned up at his house.
He just went, "There's a solid whip my kecks down.
Check out my ball."
Showed him my eye. Yeah, fucking hell. Let's took a turn on it.
Episode's got really off the rails.
Yeah, I can't remember where we were up to.
Anything that happens. David turns up at his dad's house.
Oh, he's trying to get a car.
People are panicking. Everyone's fucking running around. David gets to his dad's house. His dad's got a fucking shotgun that he puts in David's face, and he's like, "Fuck you."
That's madness.
Yeah.
Does he think just an alien's going to show up at his front door?
He explains it that people are looting.
Ah.
So he's just going to shoot looters to death on his doorstep.
He's only going to get one shot. Or two.
2 shots at most, yeah.
Well, because it's double barrel, isn't it? So you fire them at the same
blank,
time.
One point blank shot. Yeah. That's enough to stop one looter, though.
But
that looter's not going to fucking get
everybody is looting.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. But that first looter's had a real shitter.
Yeah.
He's had a stinker.
But it's his son, so... Yeah. Imagine that was Jeff Goldblum's end to this
Boom!
Film. Bang. Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Son.
I've killed sexy Goldblum.
Killed the sex bot. No.
Goldblum's like, I need your car. And the dad's like, you don't even got a license. And Goldblum's like, well, that's why you're driving. And the dad's like, sound.
Oh, really? That's fair enough. Easy as.
So the dad
He cares so much about looting, he's going to shoot people to death.
But he's going to leave his house.
But he is going to leave his house
completely
unchecked.
abandoned to drive to Washington from wherever state they're in.
Brilliant.
So they get in the car and they drive to Washington. Meanwhile, Will Smith has been called back to action.
He's been drafted.
Redrafted. And he's trying to explain to his missus, and she's fully like, don't go, whatever this is, I don't like it, I don't think it's safe, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, listen, it's not going to be anything. They've called me in to check it out, see what's going on.
It's not going to be anything. It's not like it's aliens or anything.
There's an enormous... But at this point, there's an enormous spaceship directly over their house.
It's going to be fuck off.
And he's trying to...
I'll have nothing to do with that, I promise you.
He's trying to reassure her. He's like...
They're probably calling me in to say that I can take me leave.
Yeah.
Now.
Probably just calling me in to say go back home.
Go home,
have a day off.
We've thought about it.
Have a day off, fella. Yeah. You've worked hard.
You've put in our graft over the last couple of years.
So he says to her, listen, I've got to go. He says, but if you're really that worried, get the kid, Dylan, I think the kid's called. He's like, get Dylan, get in a car and come to the base in a couple of days. And he's like, you'll see, they'll have briefed me, I'll be able to tell you, there's nothing to worry about, blah, 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 blah. And I was at this point like, just go with him.
Just go with him now, yeah?
They can just come to the base.
Just go now.
Why separate?
Just go now.
Don't split the party. It's insane.
Yeah, it's madness.
I don't understand why they do this. So then he gets in his car and fucks off and leaves them. Yeah. Honestly, that bit was madness.
It's madness.
I was like, just go with him.
Yeah, it's just...
Literally just go with him.
Just don't understand.
So he fucked off to the base and they don't do anything, I guess. They just wait around for
Sit around, watch GMTV.
Yeah.
Get ready.
So we get a bit where...
all these aliens are friends. Find out more after this.
We get a bit where David and his dad drive to Washington, and David uses some mad little computer technology to find out his wife's personal mobile number.
Weird.
And then B,
Yellow Pages.
Use her personal mobile number to trace her direct location within the White House.
All right, and you can do this on telly.
He's
a telly man.
He's MIT trained in
so he's good at maths
or something. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Apparently, he's very good at maths and computers.
Brilliant.
Is his skill base, but he's working as like a cable guy.
Illegally good.
Yeah, very illegally good. Yeah. He should not have this technology.
No, not at all.
I should also say at this point that Russell, the guy in the caravan, the drunk guy, he goes into a cafe at one point, and all the guys are like full on hicks, and they're like, this is before the UFOs come over, and they're all like slapping him on the back, and they're like, oh, Russell, tell us the story about the time you got abducted. And Russell is like convinced that 10 years ago he was abducted by aliens. Yeah. And this guy's like winding him up. He's like, come on, tell us the story. And he's like, when the aliens abducted you, did they fucking sexually abuse you? This guy's obsessed with Russell being sexy. He brings it up another time.
Because he definitely wants to sexually assault Russell.
He wants to sexually assault Russell. And he's like, did they sexually abuse you? And then the cafe starts shaking, and they all go outside and they see the UFO, and they're like, oh shit.
He's like, I'm going to inject you with my contrails. Yeah.
So, David's at the White House, and he runs in, and it turns out that the reason him and his wife are divorced is because he thinks she's been sleeping with the president.
Fucking hell.
So, a bit of a love triangle
going on. Full-blown
Lewinsky. Yeah.
He thinks she's been with Lewinsky?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, he's like, he runs to see his wife. She's like, why the fuck
does he not know about the president, though? Well, because he pulls men, doesn't he? So
He is Willie Pullman.
Willie Pullman.
Willie Pullman. Yeah, not interested in your wife, fella. Leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
The 90s, for fuck's sake. We're nearly there.
He runs into the White House somehow, gets in, talks to his wife, and he's like, it's easy to get in the White House, isn't it? He talks to his wife, and he's like, it's a fucking countdown, you know, blah, 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 you need to get the president. She goes and get the president. He walks in, sees David, and he's like, I've got no fucking time for this fucking
Really?
dickhead. Yeah,
he's shagging your wife as well, by the way.
All I've got time for is shagging your wife and cooking you, fella. That's
cooking you,
it.
bitch. Watch.
That's literally...
He does it right
stand there with your dad while
right
I fuck your missus.
Yeah. I'll introduce you to the fucking ovary office, mate.
That's very good.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, disgusting, but very
That's
good.
very good.
And so, yeah, there's a bit of rivalry between David and the president, but eventually David's missus convinces the president to listen to David, and David says, you know, I've managed to decode the signal. What they're doing is, and then he gets like a full-on whiteboard and starts drawing on the whiteboard, and he's like, satellite signals can't go directly through Earth. You can't go from like the top of Earth to the bottom of Earth. You have to bounce it off signals around Earth. He's like, the UFO has hijacked the satellites, and it's bouncing the same signal across all satellites and sending it to the different UFOs on the planet. And he's like, it's a countdown. And he shows the guy. And to prove it to the president, he turns his computer around, and his computer's got a countdown on it.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's not alien tech, though, is it? That's just your
laptop
laptop with a countdown
on.
on.
You just Googled countdown
timer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be convinced by that. The president, though, very
fully convinced. He's like, hang on, is that
a countdown, though?
Are they alien digits? And he's just like, this is numbers, Mr. President.
They use the same numbers as us.
We use the same. They're just numbers. And he's like, oh, what's that squiggly one? He's like, it's an 8. It's always been an 8.
I've never seen that before.
I've never seen that before in my life. He's like, it's an 8 for fuck's sake. What do you mean?
What's that one? That's like
What's that one?
What's that one that's like an 8 but without the squiggle? It's just a 0.
It's a 0, isn't it?
0 in it, mate. It's just a 0.
Are you okay? Where did you go to school? He's like, I don't know what that is.
Not MIT. What's school, though? Is that an alien thing?
Is that alien thing?
Do aliens have school?
What's that line one? It's a 7. He goes, no, the 7's got a line through it. He's like, no, some people do the 7s like that. Some people don't do the line.
Like the 1, some people do the...
Some people write that 4, like channel 4, and some people do a 4 where it's sort of like a weird fork.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't understand.
I don't know what you're saying. What are these little dots in the places?
He's like, that's just to say whether it's seconds or not.
Hours, minutes, seconds.
Yeah.
Just standard stuff.
He's like, I've seen them in sentences. Like, yeah, then it's a fucking...
And then at this point, David whips out a little cardboard clock that's got hours on one hand and minutes on the other. And he's like, so this is where it points to the hours and this is where it points to the minutes. And he's just like, no.
Where's the little hand pointing?
And he's have to go from the start.
How do you mean about little hands?
Start from the beginning.
He's talking
if
about
aliens got little hands,
talking
they
about
Jeremy Beadle aliens.
Jeremy Beadle aliens?
Jeremy Beadle aliens?
Jeremy Balians?
Jeremy Beadle aliens?
Oh my god. Let's move on.
We've lost our heads.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm well gone.
Jeremy Bead aliens.
That sounds like he cleans people's assholes in a Spanish bathroom.
A little bead alien.
Little bead aliens. They just crawl up.
I'm Jeremy. I am the bead alien.
Bead alien. And they just eat all the poo.
Oh,
the winnets.
I don't like that.
That's what they
Why
do.
is he eating them?
It's the bead aliens. That's what they do. They crawl up in there, they eat all the winnets, and then back they go.
Oh my god.
Nice clean bum bum.
Oh no. I don't like that one.
Not a fan. So if it's water, it's fine, but if it's little tiny aliens,
yeah, I
it's
don't
not.
want them eating it.
It's aliens, isn't it? That's what they do. That's what they eat for food. That's their sustenance. You deprive them of their food.
How is it their sustenance?
Oh, apparently it is.
Because apparently they live on a planet where it's just them.
Yeah,
so
but they come down.
to Earth and just be
they just eat fecal matter.
Now we've got food.
No, they eat fecal matter on their home planet. The bead aliens.
It's gone so far west.
Oh.
We're not even like 10 minutes into the film.
Jesus, I know.
So, David convinces the president that this is a countdown, and the president's like, oh shit, we need to take these fuckers out. Let's fucking blast them out the sky. So he sends some jets. He commissions some jets to go out and blast these aliens out the sky. Commissions some jets. Then we cut to the jet place, and Will Smith is in the jet place, the military base. There's a little bit where we see that Will Smith's planning on proposing to Jasmine, and I, knowing the basics of films, I was like, Will Smith's gotta die, or Jasmine's gotta die.
You'd hope.
He's got the ring. He was planning on proposing. He's had to be called back into active service.
Someone's gonna die.
Someone's gonna die.
Called back into active cervix.
Active cervix. She's called him back into active service.
They'll get married then.
and Will Smith's got a little dweeb co-pilot guy, and I was like, well, he's the fucking goose of the piece, isn't he?
He's got to goose himself.
So many people dying in this
He's
film.
getting goosed, yeah.
And there's just some really weird scenes of them like really G'ing each other up.
Yeah.
They barely restrain from sucking each other off. They are fully like, that is the relationship they have. The little dweeb guy calls him Big Daddy all the time.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like that within any situation.
Daddy?
No.
Like, all the time.
No,
Like, Big Daddy.
No, stop it. Didn't like it the first time. Definitely didn't like it the second time. I think it was going to fucking warm on me, did you?
Put me in a place.
No, come on. No, we've moved on. We've moved on from you doing that.
He's a weird guy.
I bet he is.
I just really want to stress.
Yeah, I know you're ramming it home. No, Dave, you
Daddy.
can ram it home as much as you want. I am going to talk over
He's a
you.
weird guy. He's a weird guy. And they have a bit where they're talking about the plan of action, and there's a guy stood in front of a... Well, you'd be surprised. They're stood in front of a whiteboard, and the military commander's like talking them through the plan, and he's like, the plan is go up in planes, shoot the fucking spaceship.
Shoot the spaceship. I nailed it.
You nailed it.
I nailed it.
So they all get in planes.
You've never seen Star Wars. Doesn't exist.
They all get in planes, fly off. They're all doing their cool little plane talking. It's like fucking Top Gun all over again. Like, this is Gold Leader, the fucking little dweeb man who keeps calling me daddy.
No.
They've all got their masks on, flying away. And they get to the ship, and they're like, unleashing fucking payload 1. Missile, boom.
Shoot me with your payload, Big Daddy.
I'll take your payload, Big Daddy.
No.
That's what he says. That's literal dialogue from the film. That's actual dialogue.
Yeah,
from the
sure
film.
it is.
So they all blast their payload at this little dweeb man.
And the spaceship.
So they all blast their payload at the spaceship. And it turns out the spaceship's got a shield around it.
Of course it's got a
shield.
shield.
Got a big alien shield.
Big alien shield. Force field.
And they're like, oh shit, no, it's got a shield. And then they all get close and they're like, they fire another missile, blast against the shield. They're like, it takes the second missile for Will Smith to be like, it's got some kind of shield there. He's like, pull up. So they all start pulling up. One of them obviously doesn't fucking pull up in time. It's not Big Daddy guy, but it's one of the other little mans. Boom, plows into the shield. He's fucking brown bread.
Yeah, he's gone.
You're a goner, fella.
No chance.
Boom, explosion. They all pull up, and as they're pulling up, the ship kind of opens part way and releases hundreds of fucking little alien ships. Yeah. And so we get a big dogfight. Everything's firing. Boom, boom, boom. Loads of these human planes are getting blasted out the sky. And then it's just Will Smith and the Big Daddy guy. And they're flying away from two. I won't do the voice again.
No, I don't want it. I don't want to hear it.
I promise I won't do it again.
Okay, you're not going to hold to that promise,
probably. I am going to hold to that promise. I won't do it again.
All
People
right.
have heard enough of it.
Good.
So they're flying away from these spaceships. Flying. And then the Big Daddy dweeb man, he's like, I'm going to do something cool. And Will Smith's like, don't do anything stupid. He's like, I said cool. So
I didn't say stupid.
Yeah,
He's
on,
like, there's a fine line.
That? Come on, Daddy. And he fucking tilts the plane. I didn't do the voice.
No. Come on.
He tilts the plane. Boom, there's a big barrel roll. They're way too low for barrel rolling.
Yeah.
And barrel roll is not that good a defensive maneuver because if you just track the arc.
Hey. Slippy Toad told me that it was. And I take his word over you.
But, if you're any good at, just knowing where something's going to be.
Yeah, especially for an alien.
Barrel roll's probably the worst maneuver.
Yeah, because you just shoot where it's going to be.
Arc, aren't you? So just be like, well, he's going to end up there. So
I'm just going to shoot
there until he arrives.
Is that what happens?
Dead, yeah. Boom.
Dead.
Big Daddy man's gone.
Thank fuck.
You'll never hear his voice again until he comes back as a ghost and
in Independence Day 2.
Yeah. So Will Smith's against two of these aliens. He flies down into a canyon. It's fucking
Oh yeah, canyon mode.
Big canyon mode. It's like fucking Star Wars.
Yeah, except
in
canyons, not as good.
Good.
No, not as good.
And he's flying around canyons. Boom, boom, boom. These aliens attacking him, blasting him, and then he manages to get down. He manages to crash one of the alien ships by just being a real good flyer, I guess. And then this one alien ship's like right on his tail. He fucking pulls his parachute and releases it. And it goes flying back and lands over the alien ship.
I bet he wasn't expecting that.
He was not expecting that.
No.
Will Smith pulls up and out of the canyon, and the alien just fucking plows into the canyon.
Into a wall.
But he plows into the canyon in such a way that he kind of misses the wall of it and like skims along the top of it. So he then like hits the ground and spins around. So Will Smith ejects out of his plane.
Doesn't just land it.
Doesn't just land it. No, you don't. You never land a plane, do you?
That plane's gone.
He's used it. It's one use only.
Disposable.
That's why the American military budget is so high.
Yeah, so high.
One-use planes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. One-use planes.
Higher than the national health.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I decided to pull out.
And so, like Will Smith. Will Smith comes crashing down to Earth. Welcome to Earth. And
now we get the line, was it Earth, don't we?
He walks up to the plane and he's like, yeah, you little bitch. How'd you like that? You fucking killed Big Daddy, man. And now I'm going to fucking kill you, you little prick. And he opens the thing and the alien goes, rah, and he punches it in the face. And
he goes,
welcome to Earth. Yeah. And then he pulls out a cigar because his big celebration thing is every time he kills an alien, him and Big Daddy, man, have a cigar together.
Every time he kills an alien, he has a cigar. So his lungs are clean at this point.
Yeah. Well, his celebration thing with Big Daddy Man is to have a cigar. So I don't know. Every time they have a successful mission, I guess.
So they just have cigars on them at all times?
All times.
That's be a sweaty cigar, sure.
Yeah, gross cigar.
It would stink.
Yeah.
Don't want that.
No, I don't want that. So Will Smith is fully, like, he gets the alien wrapped up in this parachute and he starts dragging it through the desert. Meanwhile...
The desert? I wonder where that desert could be.
Nevada.
Oh. I wonder where he's going to end up. Forgot about that. Fucking hell. I was making a joke at first. I forgot that was the plot.
That is literally the plot. It really all hinges on that. So, meanwhile, back at the alien place, the countdown is counting down as it does.
That's what countdowns do.
Yeah. Willie Pullman rings his wife who's in another city. And he's like, you need to fucking get out of the city. You need to just leave. And
she said everyone stay in your home.
Yeah. She's
does she actually?
Well, she does. She's genuinely like, come on, what's public confidence going to be like if I leave, if you've told everyone else to stay?
No one's going to notice.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I wouldn't.
Everyone's evacuating anyway.
I would not know. If I don't even know what Boris Johnson's missus is called. I've seen pictures of her because she fucking decorated the number 10 like a fucking knobhead. But...
She decorated it like Boris. Just fully like him.
Fully like him. But, like, I couldn't point her out in a lineup. Like, if you asked me, and if you said, like, if it turned out she evacuated in a situation,
yeah,
I'd be like, I don't know.
I couldn't pick her out of a lineup of one.
Don't know who that person is. But what?
I couldn't, I swear to God. If the papers told me that, I don't read the papers because I'm not a fucking mug. So.
She looks a bit like a female Boris. That's what I remember from when I've seen her.
Yeah. Christ. Fucking hell, I didn't need that.
And she calls him Big Daddy all the time.
Oh, no, Dave. No, I don't need this. I don't need this. I can't have that in my head. That needs to go out now. It's too late for that image.
Do you fund the NHS, Big Daddy?
No, stop it. No, you said you wouldn't.
I said I wouldn't do.
Yeah, I know, but that makes it. If it's him, if it's Boris Johnson's wife, I don't care. It's not happening.
So they what was I saying?
She's not going to evacuate.
So his wife is like, I'm not going to evacuate because, that won't look good for the public confidence. I'm going to stay here, blah, blah, blah. They have a big argument, and he's like, okay.
Surely he's just like, well, they don't want me anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's a wartime present.
Eventually, she agrees because he's that panicked that she's like, okay, something's wrong. So she's like, I'll finish this.
She can't look up either.
Yeah, apparently not. She's like, I'll finish this conference and then I'll get out of here. So that's the plan.
Yeah.
So then we get lots of scenes of people evacuating. The president gets on a helicopter. Oh no, he gets on Air Force One. So he gets on the big comfy plane.
Of course he does.
And David's dad get on Air Force One, and the woman who David was previously married to gets on Air Force.
Every fucker
Everyone
gets on Air Force One. It's cool enough, isn't it?
And they all take off. And then as they...
Should have used Air Force 2 as well.
Yeah.
Got them all
Should
there.
have just get every plane. Just get all
It's
the
Air Force
Americans
1.
out the
There's
way.
a fair few, surely.
There's got to be some, haven't there? There's got to be some Air Forces. So, they're taking off. And David's looking on his computer. And he sees that the countdown reaches 0. And he's like... He does something like, time's up, as he looks at the camera. something fucking dramatic.
As he looks at the camera.
And then we get a scene where Jasmine, the woman that Will Smith is seeing, it turns out she's a stripper. That's her job.
Brilliant.
And she's doing her thing on stage.
Oh, she's stripping. She's mid-strip.
She's mid-strip. Everyone's watching the telly
Where's
instead
Cousin
of her,
Nicky?
so she's not making any money. Cousin Nicky, I guess, is at home.
On his own?
Yeah, I guess.
Brilliant.
It's not great.
Not the best
great
allegory,
childhood.
is it?
No.
Yeah.
Everyone's watching the telly instead of her, so she fucking storms off the stage, gets to the back, sees this girl, and she's like, they're all fucking dickheads. And then this girl is like, yeah, but have you seen what they're looking at? You know, real aliens, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, they're all like up on what's the big tower in America called? The
Big America Tower.
Yeah. The Empire State Building.
Big America Tower.
Big American Tower. They're all on the bat. They're all up the bat.
They're all at the bat.
And she's like, they're all up at the top of the Empire State Building. They've all got signs. They're all welcoming the aliens. She's like, I'm going to go. And Jasmine's like, don't you fucking go. That's a fucking ridiculous thing to do.
That's a soft thing to do.
Yeah. And this girl's like, eventually the girl's like, okay, I won't go. I'll go home. See you later. Blah, blah, blah. So then Jasmine goes and gets in her car and picks up Cousin Nicky. And they go to drive to the military base to see Will Smith.
Yeah.
So... Then we see the stripper girl go up the Empire State Building.
So she ignores Jasmine.
She completely ignores it.
She deserves what's coming.
Yeah. And then David sees the countdown reach 0. He's like, time's up to the thing. And then all the spaceships over all the different parts of Earth, they open up. And all the people who are like, yeah, aliens. They're like, oh my God, it's so beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And then they just get blasted to death.
They just get blasted to death. A lot of people get blasted to death.
Blasted to death. These spaceships again are 15 miles wide.
Yeah, massive. Yeah,
the destruction is utterly insane.
Yeah, I bet it is. Yeah,
this scene goes on for about half an hour, and it's like the same bits of cities getting blown up, police cars flying up in the air, people getting blasted up in the air.
Just spunked a lot of the budget on this. Yeah,
mate, it goes on forever.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I was like, this is going to be a quick film to do because an hour of it is just this
blasting.
Yeah, this just blasting. We also get a comedy scene where the guy who was David's assistant with the weird gravelly voice, I gotta call my mom, like that guy.
Yeah,
he is just in his car on the phone to someone again, and then he sees this big blast of fire and he's like, oh shit, and then he just dies.
Oh, so he's dead.
Yeah, so no
good.
point to his character whatsoever.
It sounds like there's not much point to any character so far,
No.
other than Willie Pullman and Willie Smith.
And so we get a bit where Jasmine is like in the car and she's like, oh shit, you know, it can't get anywhere, all the cars.
Just where is she in a tunnel?
Yeah, she's like, yeah. And then she looks behind her and she sees the big old explosion. And the shockwave is like heading
This was
towards
cool.
her.
This is a
all
cool
the cars
scene.
flying up, big flame ball. She gets out the car, she grabs the kid, the dog jumps out the car, she grabs as many bags as she can.
Dog in there,
yeah, and she fucking runs, and she's like bailing. All these people are bailing down the highway. This big fireball's like chasing them. The dog's just stood there, like out the car, just like panting.
Yeah.
She gets to this. She runs to the tunnel, and
Don't
she gets to
save
this
the
little.
dog.
She gets to this little side door thing.
Yeah.
Which is like an emergency access for the tunnel. And she starts kicking it. Everyone else is just trying to run down the tunnel.
Yeah.
She's the only one. She's like booting at this door.
They're trying to outrun fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart.
Eventually she manages to boot this door inwards and runs into this little alcove with Cousin Nicky. And then she shouts the dog, who's called Buddy or something.
Yeah.
And the dog comes running and like jumps over a car and it's dead dramatic. And then the dog jumps into the alcove as the flame ball goes through the tunnel. Now, not a physician.
Yeah.
Don't close any doors. They're just in
fire
an
fills
alcove.
all the space. You throw that out there now, as a non-physician also.
This fireball goes straight
forward
past the alcove.
Yeah.
and
maybe
just straight down the tunnel.
Well, maybe it forgot.
It's alien fire,
It's alien fire.
So it's not going to obey the normal laws of
Ooby-doo, I wanna be like you.
Yeah, I was watching that bit just like, she's dead though, isn't she?
Yeah, she's absolutely toast. Super dead, yeah.
She is toast.
Also,
toast.
fun fact about fire.
Yeah.
Fucking really hot.
Yeah, so warm.
Yeah.
God.
Like if you're
that's
near
its
it.
main feature.
If you're near it, dead hot.
Yeah.
Try putting your hand near a fire.
Yeah.
Fucking really
warm,
hot.
Innit? Yeah, you don't have to get that close to feel
No.
how warm it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, it's hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that fire's warm though.
Oh, isn't that warm?
Yeah. I was not a fan of that part of the film. I was like,
No.
no, she's gone. She's gone.
got it. Yeah, it's silly.
So,
Action.
yeah. So, back on Air Force One, and they're chatting away, and they're all coming up with their plan of what they're going to do. The president's like talking to his Minister of Defense, and he's like, how many troops have we got left? You know, blah, 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 blah. And then David's dad walks in, who is, and I hope this isn't offensive, but he's a stereotypically Jewish man.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
He says things like schmeckel
Yeah.
the whole way through the film.
Yeah, yeah.
And he comes in and he's like, you guys are really fucked up. And they're like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, you could have fucking prevented this, couldn't you? And he's like, if it wasn't for my David, you wouldn't have even known this was coming.
Yeah.
And
How did you want me to prevent it? Fucking tell the aliens to fuck off.
That's
Like,
literally what they say. They're like,
Oh,
what do
really?
you mean we could have prevented it? Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, you've known about it for fucking years, haven't you? The 50s, the crash at Roswell,
Oh,
the fucking
shit,
Area 51.
yeah.
And the president is like, the president walks over to him and genuinely laughs and like claps a hand on his shoulder and he's like, come on, mate, let's go sit down.
They're a
He's like,
soft wanker.
Area 51, it doesn't exist, you know, the whole alien thing, you know, it's myth, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And then the
Then he starts
secretary...
Naruto running.
Yeah. The Secretary of Defense gives a shifty look and he's like, well, actually... And then, yeah, they tell him that... Yeah, well, we don't see him tell him that Area 51, but the next scene
So they didn't tell the President of the United
is that
States.
they arrive at Area 51.
Didn't tell the President of the United States that.
Yeah. Well, they later say, the President asks why they didn't tell him, and they later say plausible deniability. So if anyone had asked him about Area 51, he could say no, and they couldn't put him to like a lie detector and be like...
Could have also just said no, though.
The lie detector
and
says
he could have just said no to the lie detector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the lie detector would have picked up.
But he could have said no to the lie detector.
The lie detector would have detected.
Yeah, what you just going to strap him into a lie detector without him knowing?
Do you want to take a lie detector? No.
No.
Well,
Bang!
lie
One's gone off.
detector-
One's just blown up.
Lie detector says you do.
Lie detector said yes, so in you come.
Do you not want to take a lie detector?
And he's like, no. Like that's a triple X. There you go.
Boom! You're in a lie detector,
Get in the
fella.
detector,
Area
bitch.
51.
Area 51's are real. Got you.
Pull your pants up, President. You've been had.
You've been had.
So they realise that Area 51's real, and they fly to Area 51, and they get there, and the president walks in, and they're like, "Oh shit, Mr. President, blah blah blah. Come this way. We'll show you what's going on." And they take him to a door, and then the president's like, "Okay, what's in here?" And the guy's like, "That can't let you in. It's a clean room." So I was thinking at this point, like, why'd you fucking take him to this door?
Why'd you take him in
Just open.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
here's
waste
the
of
door.
time.
There you go. That's
Well, this
Area
door.
51.
What do you think about this? Like, what is it? It's the door, isn't it?
Just a door.
Can I go through? Oh no.
No.
Oh no. No.
The guy literally says, "Oh,
Have you got any other doors? No.
this is
No,
the one door to
Yeah.
Area 51."
To Area
Wish I
50.
could show you some more.
It's Area 50.
There's so much cool shit in here.
Area 52, maybe.
Yeah, beyond this door.
That's actually a coffee bar. So.
Beyond this door.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss of alien shit.
Yeah,
but
that's fucking rad.
can't.
But we can't.
Can't go
There's
beyond
a Starbucks in 52. If you fancy.
If you fancy. Domino's, we can order Domino's.
Do
to
the
Area
bacon
52.
roll, actually. Yeah, go on. Go on then. Pull me on.
The president immediately is like, "You open this fucking door, you little shit." And the guy just opens the door.
Never mind. Clean room then. Fuck it. Who gives a shit about germs?
This bit honestly baffled me. I was
Yeah.
like, why did they make such a thing of being like, you can't go in there? And then just the president's just like, no, I'm going in.
No,
And
I am going in though.
okay, yeah, you
Yeah,
can go
no,
in.
fair play.
No, you are the president though.
Tell you what, you called me bluff. I was going to do fuck all.
Yeah.
If anything, you employ me.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
in you go, fella. Yeah.
I had my hand on this gun like a big man. Nothing was going to happen.
Don't worry about it. Tell you what. Yeah, go on.
In you go, fella. You're the president, aren't you?
I'll hold it open.
Who's going to say no to you, lad? Get in there. Come on.
Do you want an OJ?
Come on, big man.
Go for an OJ.
Gives him a slap on the bum as he goes through. Go on, big fella. In you go. Boom. You're in.
Go on 52 for a quick drink. Are you alright?
Frappuccino.
Frappo?
Ice latte. They go into this place and they start seeing all alien tech. And then Brent Spiner, I think that's his name.
Oh, yeah.
The guy who played Data in Star Trek Next Generation. The alien.
Why not?
The android guy.
Why not?
He comes out and he's got a big old grey wig on. So he looks
like a barrister?
Yeah, so he doesn't look like Data. Do you know what? When I watched this, I thought he could play like an old Tom Hiddleston. Got a very similar smile. Sinister smile.
That's nice.
Yeah. So if Marvel, if you're looking...
Tom Hiddleston's getting there, though.
Yeah, he is. He's aging, isn't he? As are we all.
As are we all.
So, Brent Spiner's like
the fucking...
is like the fucking head of science at Area 51.
Head science?
Head science, man.
Data analyst,
man.
Nice.
And he's like, come on, President, I'll show you some cool shit.
He's that what he showed his ages ago?
He's fully in. He's like, I want to show the President
You couldn't get through the door.
He's like, you know when you turn up at a friend's house and they've got a kid and the kid wants to show you all the toys that they've got?
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, look at this toy. And you're like, yeah, that's great, mate.
Yeah,
and they're like,
cool.
look at this toy. And you're like, yeah, great toy, mate. That's top. Yeah, this is what this guy's like.
Fuck off.
Yeah, come on. I don't give a shit. I'm 30.
Do you want me to put Minecraft on your Xbox?
Drop kick their
and you
toys.
Can just
go fucking get it from the neighbours, you fucking bellend. Go on.
Do you want to see what it's like in a canal?
Let's see if this toy floats, you little cunt. No, that's mean.
Do you want that edited out?
I regretted saying it. No, let's keep it in.
Oh yeah, the way you paused.
I just immediately regretted saying it. It's just mean, but people need to see the real side of me, I guess.
Dave Vaughan, top dad.
So, he's showing him around. He shows him that they've got an alien spaceship that they've sequestered.
Holy shit.
That crashed in Roswell.
In Roswell, yeah, the Roswell one. Definitely not a weather thing.
Definitely not a weather thing.
Full-on alien spaceship.
And then they show him that they've got 3 aliens in the...
Fucking hell.
They've got them in, like, tanks, typically when you see a film where there's clones.
Yeah.
And they're in those tanks.
Yeah.
It's that.
It's that.
With aliens in.
In some sort of weird fluid.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
Classic. Okay.
And they've got 3 of them. And Data explains that, like, they are basically the same makeup as us. They have reactions to fire and cold, electricity, blah, blah, blah. They have the same weaknesses and blah, blah, blah. But he says, but they arrive to Earth in biomechanical suits. So, like, part mech, part...
So they can't deal with the atmosphere?
Yeah. And also, the biomechanical suits make them stronger, more resilient, and etc. So you have to get through the suit to get to the software.
I put it to you, David Borland.
I'm excited, yeah.
If the American Military and Science Division had gone through all of the pain reflex, all of the atmospheric reflexes,
reflex,
they did the sexual ones too, right?
Oh, obviously they've done the sexual ones, yeah.
Do you reckon they did them first?
You're not going to miss that out. Also, I'd strike first because the aliens are going to do it to us.
They're going to probe you.
There's going to be some probing.
So they're going to finger their asses. Be like, right, I'm going to find out where this dude's arsehole is.
Yeah, and I'm going to put my finger
I
up
am going in.
I'm going to see how much of my hand I can get in there. That's it.
So bad, though. But they definitely did. If they checked everything else, then they must have.
Did.
Because they want to learn.
Shows them a diagram.
They want to learn as much.
Right up to the elbow.
Come on. They want to learn as much as possible about these aliens.
Yeah.
So surely they're after...
Yeah. That's why his glove's got a little mark on it.
So he's wearing gauntlets. Christ.
But they definitely did.
They must have.
Yeah,
they must have tried to wank off the alien in some way, of shape or form.
Yeah.
Just brought in, like, I don't know. You got like a 1 to 10 of women and just stood them in front and just brought them in one by one and just see what the alien did.
The reaction. Yeah. Are you aroused by any of these? Bring in a dog.
Bring in a dog. Bring in a cow.
Yeah.
Bring in
this. Does this do it for
1 to 10 of men, 1 to 10 of women, dog, cow. That's the order.
So, Then we see that they've picked up Will Smith's crash on radar, and they're like, "Oh, we need to go fucking get Will Smith." But at the same time, Will Smith is like dragging this alien through the desert, and he sees all these caravans and trucks heading towards him, and he flags them down, and it's Rusty, the pilot guy.
Rusty, the chemtrail man.
Yeah, and he's like found a load of other refugees who are all in caravans and camper vans and trucks, and they're all in a big convoy together and all just driving through the Nevada desert,
Going through the night. They're on a big gold convoy, ain't it a beautiful sight?
I guess in a way,
Convoy.
driving to the... driving to the desert kind of makes sense because it's a big open space.
Yeah, you're not going to get zapped
They're
there,
not going
right?
to blast the desert, like it's pointless. But
that sounds like a good Iron Maiden song, that.
Yeah.
Blast the desert.
Blast the desert, yeah. Could be on their new album. Who knows?
On a sandy mountain, right beneath my steed. Blast, blast, blast the desert. Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah,
Cool.
that really is good.
That's
yeah.
right.
And it could be on their next album because who's going to listen to it to tell me it's not?
Not me.
Not me. Not them, probably.
Not them. They don't have any working ears anymore.
Yeah. The bassist literally just does the gallop fingers.
Yeah.
You just put bass in his hand.
In his hand, and he's just going all the time. He's got index and large finger Parkinson's, and that's it. He's just diddling all over. Fucking great with the ladies.
So yeah, the convoys pick up Will Smith and they drive him to this military base. Right, Will Smith says, when I was flying over to go blast the spaceship, which didn't go well, I saw a military base not far from here. And Russell's like, there's nothing on the map. And Will Smith is like,
off.
Will Smith is like, trust me, it's there. And they take him to Area 51.
There's no fly zone though, so they would shot him down.
Yeah.
Okay. We've been through no fly zones before with Zack Snyder, haven't we?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
never mind.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. So
it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
They get into Area 51, and the guy on the thing is like, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir, you can't come in. This place is restricted. Yeah, it's a clean room.
So let me in."
He's like, "You need like specific access." And Will Smith is like, "Oh, I've got my access right here. Come here, let me show you." And the guard genuinely like walks up to the truck like, "Oh, normally they just show us like a pass or a badge or something, but this guy clearly got some weird access." Yeah. Walks up to the back of the truck, and Will Smith pulls the tarpaulin back.
Shows him an alien.
Big fucking alien.
Yeah.
And he shits his pants, and he's like, "Oh, fucking hell." And Will Smith is like, "Yeah, you fucking let me through." So they do just let him in. And
he's got an alien on him, to be fair.
Not only do they let him in, they let the entire convoy of trucks and
He's like, "Who are these cunts?" And he's like, "Well, it's just me mates. They caught him too.
Just these fellas, isn't it? Just let him in.
Just the boys. Like, if
lads.
we let them in,
Lads.
if we let them in, they aren't fucking leaving.
Yeah.
The police will have nothing to do with them. I already know. Been through this shit before. They'll have all our fucking copper."
There's a little bit where the president learns that his wife's helicopter hasn't reported in, and they don't think she managed to escape the city before the blast went off.
Oh, man, he must be sad.
He's very sad.
Yeah.
But then we get a scene where Jasmine, the stripper, has survived the blast despite the heat and
she's
physics.
Yeah, and just moved on.
She manages to find a truck that works. She gets in the truck, she turns it on, boom, it goes. And then there's a few scenes where she like starts picking up survivors, and they all get in the back of the truck and ride in the truck with her, and she starts helping survivors. And then eventually she finds the wreck of the First Lady's helicopter.
Oh, wow.
And the First Lady is alive, but she's in a bad way. She's under some steel.
We've been through the helicopter survival statistics before.
Yeah, they are not great.
They are not good.
Yeah, dropping out the sky is not good for humans.
No, especially in a box of metal.
Yeah, spinning fast death metal
into the floor.
No, it's not. Your stats aren't great.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But despite that,
here she is.
She's a survivor. She's not gone to give up.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So get her in the back of a truck. That'll help her.
So they throw her in the back of a truck and start going over all these speed bumps.
Starts going, woo, letting the kids steer.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the gears? No, it's America. The gears are lazy.
So, meanwhile, back at the military base, Will Smith brings this alien that he's captured, and he brings it in, and Data from Star Trek is he's creaming his shorts about this little alien. He's like, fucking, let's cut him into bits and let's have a look. So they have a big scene.
Like that Ant Deck film.
God, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Alien Autopsy,
which they then remade as Paul, which was equally awful. And so they get this alien into an autopsy room and they start cutting open the biomechanical suit. And then they're like, oh my God, it's hard to believe. Like, because for some reason, they know that this alien is unconscious. They know it's not dead.
So you autopsy it alive?
Well, it's got a biomechanical suit, so they know that the actual alien is inside.
Even so.
Yeah.
Kill it first.
Yeah. They don't. They do what
That's sound.
everyone's nightmare is, and
Wank
they
it
autopsy it alive. Yeah, that's my son's nightmare, mate.
That is mine. I've wanked off while I'm paralysed. I don't know, man.
It's my fantasy.
Is this just real life?
It's real life. So, they don't wank off the alien. They cut open its biomechanical suit. And then one of the doctors notices that the hand is moving. The fingers are like doing this. And he's like, that hand's moving, by the way.
He's just told me to fuck off.
He just flipped me the bird.
He's just told me the bird.
And then the alien pops up. Big spook. And it attacks all the aliens and kills them all. Attacks all the scientists and kills them all.
Kills all of the scientists.
Apart from
how?
Mr. Data.
How's it kill him?
It's got mad tentacles coming off its head, which is part of the biomechanical suit, which they've split in twain. So it's like, it's got its legs still in the suit, but the helmet head bit of the suit is like wide open, like a predator mouth. And it's got these tentacles attached to the suit, which just whip around and like Dr. Octopus grab people.
He's grab people. Them. Yeah, that's a shame.
Boom, boom, boom. And then it grabs Data by the throat and it's like choking him. And then
he loves it.
Yeah. And then the president's like, if this guy brought in an alien, I want to see him. I want to face the enemy and see what they're up to. And they've also learnt at this point that the aliens communicate via telekinesis.
It's good to know.
Yeah. Why not?
It's good that they figured that out somehow.
Yeah. So they go downstairs and they go to the room where the alien is, and it's all full of fog and gas. I don't know why.
Oh, just vaped.
Yeah, he's just had one blast of cherry vape.
Singular pull on a cherry vape, and it's just like, that stinks in it.
The whole room is just full of gas.
It smells like a 13-year-old's bedroom, but like not how it would have used to smell.
Yeah, it's like the smell of cum hidden by cherry vape.
It used to smell of cum and lynx, and now it smells of cherry vape with also cum.
And lynx.
And lynx also. It's a 3 for smell.
I never thought anything would overpower the smell of lynx.
Other than boys. It turns out it's cherry vape.
So they arrive downstairs, and this thing is like, they walk into a room, and then there's like glass windows along the front which seal off the lab. So they're not in the lab, they're like a room removed from the lab, but the lab is all full of this gas. And they're looking at it and they're like, what the fuck's going on? They walk up to the window, and then all of a sudden there's a big jump scare as like Mr. Data just fucking slams against the glass. And he's like,
yeah. Is he dead?
He is dead, but the alien is talking through him. So he's all like limp and like that.
Why didn't they anaesthetize the alien? Why didn't they have the life signs of the alien? Can you not answer that?
Like Hall and Oates before me. I can't answer that.
Okay, that's a shame.
Ooh, no,
I thought you were going to say,
no can do.
You could make my dreams
come
true.
You could make my dreams come true, but I can't answer that. No can do.
That is a shitter. Okay, well, we'll move on. We'll just pretend that everyone's stupid.
Sure. I think that's for the best in these kinds of films.
Yeah.
They slam Data against the window, and they start talking through his mouth.
He must have loved that.
And he starts saying something like, let me out. And the president's like,
no, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, well, the president is like, no, we're obviously not going to do that. And the alien's like, the president says, listen, we don't want to go to war with you. What will it take to negotiate peace? And the alien's like, there is no peace. We're going to fucking wipe you out. And then the alien blasts the president with like psychic powers, which I've already said I wouldn't enjoy.
No, you wouldn't enjoy psychic powers.
Don't blast me with psychic powers.
Don't ever do it. Don't ever do it. If you're thinking about doing it at home, don't do it. It's not going to be fun. If you think, you see us out and about and you think, I want to go up and have a word,
boom.
There's Dave. Don't blast him with psychic powers.
Don't blast me with psychic powers.
Fucking shit. It'd be a shit thing to do.
Pack that shit in. Don't want it.
Put those thoughts back in the bin. Don't fucking do it, alright? He's asked you. Jesus.
I've said nicely, don't blast me with psychic powers.
Ori Geller, I'm talking specifically to you because you've done it once before.
Yeah, back off, Yuri. Go fucking bend your spoon
Leave
somewhere
those
else,
spoons
fella.
in your fucking trousers. You little shit. Stop it.
So, you blast the president with psychic powers, bam, and the president's like, shit. And then the president's like having a full-on freak out. And then they do the most American thing ever. One of the guys is like, is that glass bulletproof? And the other guy's like, no. And then they all pull out guns and just fucking
I like
shoot
that a
the
lot,
alien
though.
to death.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Because usually they just shoot it without asking. And then all get bullets in them.
Yeah. No, he specifically goes, is that glass bulletproof? And the other guy's like, no. And then he like full on whips his gun out. He's like, bam, 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 bam.
And everyone's like, you see a guy with a fucking rocket launcher.
Shooting in the air. Woo! Yeah! And they fucking kill this alien. And then the president is like, for a moment there, I could see his thoughts. They're planning to just wipe us out. That's the plan. It's just extinction.
He said that, though.
Literally said that. He didn't see his thoughts. Everyone heard that. Yeah.
Everyone just goes, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, psycho. Alright, Mystic Meg.
No fucking lottery numbers at all.
Well, I'm going to place a bet tonight, so what should I fucking have?
Should I put it on? The thing that someone's already said. I was thinking about soup for dinner tonight. What do you think I'm going to have? Cunt. It's like, alright, well, we're getting court-martialed right now. Are you fucking president, you asshole?
I watched the pre-match thing, and Anthony Joshua said he thought he was going to win, so, I think psychic powers...
Psychic powers are telling me he's going to win.
He's going to win. I'm going to fucking put a bet on.
Fucking hell.
You fucking dickhead, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I get you're the leader of the free world, but you are a knobhead. You are a fucking gullible knobhead.
So free.
Hey, do you know what though, sir? They have removed gullible from the dictionary though. Did you okay that? You should check and make sure.
Have they? Got you.
That alien's fucking scratched gullible on the ceiling though.
Am I right in thinking that they're all a hive mind?
Yeah.
Is it the lazy,
easy
way
out?
Yeah.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah.
I knew that would be the case.
They explain this later on.
Do they?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry for
They don't
spoiling.
explain that the aliens are hive mind. For some reason, they're ships.
Because I couldn't remember if I was thinking of that or if I was thinking of Mass Effect. But it turns out I was thinking of both.
Both things. Yeah.
Both things.
Yeah.
Cool.
Easy. So the president describes them as like locusts, and apparently they travel from planet to planet, destroy the residents of the planet, strip the planet of the resources, and then move on to the next place.
Is that what locusts do?
They do that with fields, don't they? They're like notorious pests because they flock in.
I remember them setting 15-mile locust men above various fields and eating them all in one big go. No, don't remember that.
Well, where have you been?
Clearly, I've only read that story in the Bible when the locusts come down and eat all of Egypt out of house and home, but not out of lamb and things like that.
Yeah. Locusts were a much less of a problem than I thought they were going to be based on what I learnt at school.
At the Bible, that TV show Testament.
Yeah. I thought locusts were going to be. I was really shitting myself.
I was worried about locusts
about crops and it's like the fucking sinking sand in it as a kid.
Absolutely.
You just
what
like,
we should have been
locusts
thinking
and
about.
Sinking sand. Holy shit.
What we should have been thinking about is HGV drivers.
Yeah, and petrol prices.
If we had thought about HGV drivers instead of locusts.
Yeah.
And quicksand.
Yeah. We'd have been in a much better place now.
Yeah. We are in a much better place.
Yeah.
That's some sort of paradise.
So, we get a scene where David is drunk because he's just having a shit time. Well, I think his whole thing is like he's gone full on like, oh, the world's going to end. I've spent my whole life trying to save the planet. And now aliens are just going to destroy it, so I'm just going to get fucking hammed. And he has a drink and he gets really drunk, and then he's speaking to his dad, and his dad's like, oh, listen, come on, you've got to have a bit of faith in these times. Now's the time to have faith. And then he says to David, come on, get up off the floor.
Get up off of that thing.
I don't want you to catch a cold.
Hey, what's that mean?
And David's like, what did you say?
Oh, yeah.
And his dad's like, I said have a bit of faith, have a bit of... And David's like, no, not that. And he's like, catch a cold. And then he's like, Dad, you're a genius. And he runs off. Anyway, it turns out that David's plan, which he later tells people, he he says this. He says...
Everyone on Earth, fuck.
Yeah.
Right now, raw dog, right in the middle of the
Get
streets.
on it.
And that's going to turn them round. They're not going to know what to do.
They're going to be sick to their stomachs.
They're going to look down and go, what the fuck is going on down there?
It stinks on it.
That is
No,
horrible.
I'm not having that.
Sounds like a 13-year-old's bedroom.
It's just links and fucking...
Yeah. He just pump
Cherry
over
vape.
the speakers. I just give my mind. Let's get it on.
Boom, boom, boom,
Let's
boom,
get it
boom,
on.
boom,
That would be good.
boom.
Good end to the
That
film.
would be a good end to the film, yeah. Sex destroyed the alien.
Yeah.
Beauty killed the beast.
Better than the same thing that happened in that other thing that occurred back in the day.
The chances of
Exactly.
the same thing happening in this film are 1,000,000 to 1.
They
But they're
said.
not.
But that's
They're
a
just
decent
one
bet.
to one.
They're evens, actually.
So, David walks up to the spaceship that they've got in Area 51 and he puts a Coke can on the spaceship and he says to this bloke, try and shoot that Coke can. And the guy's like, got this. Bam! Shoots it. Shield. The bullet bounces off. Everyone shits themselves. Proper drops to the deck. Dave's like, sorry, yeah, that was my fault. Should have predicted that.
How did he put the Coke on?
Well, apparently, like, I don't know.
Alright,
They
never
don't
mind.
explain that.
Move on.
Anyway, then he puts the Coke can... Oh, no, the Coke can's still there. Then he presses a button on his computer and he's like, okay, trust me this time. Have one more go. So the guy aims and, like, shoots it and he hits the Coke can and it goes off. And everyone's like, how the fuck did you do that? How did you disable the shield? And he's like, I gave the ship a cold. And they're like, what are you talking about? And he's like, a virus, a computer virus.
Yeah. Oh, this
like,
was back in the day when they weren't really that much of a thing, even though they were.
People knew what computer viruses were.
Ah,
You didn't have
90
to say, I gave their ship a cold. That's
97, 98, I don't know.
I gave their ship a cold is way...
People get scammed now by
Yeah.
allegedly the post office texting them saying, you need to pick up your
You need to
mail,
come pick up your
send
parcel."
us your bank details
Yeah.
to postofficeparcelremoval.com or whatever.
Postoffice.scam.net.
Yeah, so some people still fall for that, mate.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I know, but come on. What an obtuse way of describing it.
The internet
I
was...
gave their ship a cold.
And
And then everyone's just like, do you mean a virus?
Do you mean a virus?
Do you mean you gave it a virus? Can be a
Do they not
virus.
have Norton antivirus? And he's like, well, if they do, then they're fucked because it's shit.
So this is where David explains his plan. He's like, this is going to sound mad, but we get a pilot, we get in the alien spaceship, we fly up to the mothership. The reason that they're sending the signal to all the satellites is because all the ships are linked conveniently.
That is convenient.
So if we get up to the mothership and we set off this virus within the mothership, we shut down, and then we set off an explosion in the mothership, we shut down that, and all the other ships...
Whole network gone.
I guess the good thing about this film is that destroying the mothership doesn't instantly mean that all the other ships fall out the sky and die.
Yeah.
He's like, it gives us a window where that ship's gone, and so their shields will drop. And he says it's like a 1.5-minute window where their shields will drop, and that gives them the opportunity to
Nuke
strike
the
back.
motherfuckers then, yeah.
Well, I was like, that's quite cool, because normally in these films...
It would be that does the job,
It'd be
yeah.
like, they're done. Yeah, deliver the payload to the mothership, everyone's done.
Yeah.
But they're like, it gives us a 1.5 minutes where their shields will be down, then they'll recalibrate and the shields will come back up and we won't be able to destroy them again. So it does give it a bit more stakes than normal. Also, I should point out that I've missed in this film, there's a bit where they do fire a nuke at one of the...
Oh, do they?
And the president is like umming and ahhing about whether to do it because obviously it's over an American city.
Yeah.
And he's like, we've evacuated most people, but even still... we're nuking our own cities.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a good look for a
Not
president.
really, no.
They decide to do it, and the big old explosion goes off, and he's like, we need reports, what's happened. And eventually they get a report that it hasn't done anything. The shield stood up to nuke. So they realise that, like, their most effective weapons don't do anything. Also, there's a bit where they send a helicopter up with some lights attached to it, like fucking First Contact. And the helicopter starts blasting lights at the ship, like boo, 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 boo. And the ship just blasts out the
Plays
sky.
One by Metallica at them.
Do, 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 do.
That's what he did.
Do, 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 do.
Or the Intel Pentium.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Yeah, and the ship just blasts out the sky and just like, fuck you.
Oh.
So, yeah, those are the things that they tried.
So they have tried some things.
They've tried
It's not-
some things, yeah. So David's like, this'll work. And they're like, you're fucking... The Minister of Defence is like, you're a fucking loser. You'll never fucking get up there. You'll never find a guy who can fly this fucking spaceship. He's like, this has been down here since the 50s. We've got no evidence that it even does fucking fly, fella. And it's at this point that David's like, release the clamps on it. and they release the clamps, and it turns out it's holding itself up off the ground. So
Brilliant.
it is already hovering. It's like
And this is
Aquila from the CBBC series Aquila.
Good show.
Great series. I fucking loved Aquila.
So they try and say all aliens are the same. This is the same.
It's very racist overtoned. Yeah.
So this is a scout ship from the alien thing from years ago.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. At this point, they decide that this is the best plan they've got, and they're just going to go ahead with it. Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum are going to fly this ship up.
Why the fuck is Jeff Goldblum going up?
Because he can decode he's the only one who can do the code. And then his missus is like, surely you can just show anyone how to fucking load the code. And he's like, yeah, but if something goes wrong,
someone else will do it wrong.
Yeah. So he's like, I have to do it, and this is the turning point for her, because their reason they got divorced was that he had no ambition. He was happy. He's like MIT trained and like full of like knowledge, and he was happy being like a cable guy.
Hell of an ambition though to now have is to fly to space to take down alien shields.
Super ambitious.
I think it's more ambitious if he was to. I don't know.
Like fucking Bezos.
Well, if he were to try and make an internet company that quickly sold and delivered books that then turned into delivering everything ever in a day.
To blasting your books with pinpoint accuracy from space.
Yeah. Well, then he would be like Bezos.
Straight through your head.
As we stand, he isn't.
Yeah. You just got a book-sized slice through your head as it fires a projectile from space at you.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Well, exactly, yeah. Amazon got you. That's what the tagline is.
That's their new tagline.
Gotcha.
Go on, order, we dare you. With delivery within a minute.
A minute and a half.
Yeah.
Tops. Run.
We dare you. Go on, make it interesting. We've got drones. If the book doesn't get you, the drones will. They've got their plan. So they realise that they obviously can't communicate because the alien ships are knocking out all the communications to the satellites.
Yeah.
But they've got Morse code.
Good communication tool.
So they start Morse coding all over the planet. They Morse code Britain. They Morse code Germany. They Morse code Iraq. And those are the three.
Those are the three important ones.
That's all the planet. Isn't
the Morse code Man United.
And they Morse code them saying, we think we can knock out the shields. Get ready for a strike against the ships.
4-country attack.
Yeah, at this time. So everyone's like, yeah. And then the president's like, how many ships have we got left? How many planes have we got left? And they're like 15% of the planes.
It's not very many.
Not a lot. 15% is a low number, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they're like, right, we need to
really tried to hit it hard immediately, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, you would.
They really threw everything at it. Fair play.
Yeah. You'd have to.
They didn't go for the Boris Johnson COVID attempt. They went hard from the start.
Now we have to live with the aliens.
We just have to get used to life with the aliens. Yeah. Maybe the aliens can drive our HGVs. Who knows?
Maybe they'll get a ferry contract.
Maybe they can run the NHS. I don't know.
Who do you think
I'm trying my hardest.
Do you think I'm the one in charge?
Hey, he's doing his best. Come on. He's doing his best, though.
Lay off the guy.
He's doing his best, isn't he? Doesn't matter that his best isn't good enough. Participation award. Good lad. He's tried hard.
Come on.
Cunt. They decide that they need more planes. So they do a sweep of America, because that'll take a minute, I guess, find pilots who can help with the efforts.
Yeah.
Rusty, obviously.
He's right up.
Straight in.
He's still a booze hound.
Oh, he's still a fucking drunk. He's still a bad drunk, yeah. And all the people are laughing at him, but they still take him onto the programme.
Why wouldn't they? They need anyone they can get.
Yeah.
It's like that bit in Helm's Deep.
Yeah, exactly. They'll take any fucker.
Yeah.
So,
except women and gay people.
Well, yeah, gotta have some
boundaries.
Yeah.
Cheers, America.
Yeah. God, soldiers, they've can't just be completely expendable. Don't want people who are willing to completely put down their lives for life and land and country. Good planet. Yeah. I wish the aliens had wiped it out.
Keep going.
Keep
going.
So they all enroll into the fucking plane corps, I guess.
Plane corps.
And then Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum get in the spaceship. There's a bit of a comedy moment where Will Smith crashes it into a wall, but then he immediately becomes fucking super...
ace pilot.
Yeah, absolute alien plane lord. He flies up to space. Jeff Goldblum who was already like had a bit of motion sickness on Air Force One, so now we get a comedy moment where he's like, "Oh fucking hell!"
Like you would feel like shit. Space. Yeah, it'd be awful.
Yeah. They fly up to this spaceship, and
they're in space.
They're in space almost immediately. They fly up to the spaceship, and they're like, "Oh, we sure it's gonna fucking let us in?" And then all of a sudden, the controls like control themselves.
Yeah. Or tractor beams.
Like, oh shit! Like, what's going on? And Jeff Goldblum's like, "Don't worry about it. I thought this would happen."
Oh.
And Will Smith's like, "Well, when were you gonna fucking tell me? Though? I'm meant to be the pilot."
Literally flying the plane.
I literally just pooed my pants. And the spaceship just kind of manually finds its way back to the hive.
Yeah,
I guess locks into the clamps. And Will Smith's like, "They're gonna fucking see us. We just got a big fucking viewfinder thing." And Jeff Goldblum's like, "Don't worry about it." Presses a button. These big screens close over the windows. I guess.
At least he knows.
There's one alien like commander thing who's like in the seat, like
like Harbinger in Mass Effect.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, checking all the planes landing. And he's like, and then this plane lands and like clamps on, and he's like, "Oh, that's a bit weird. Weren't expecting 625 to be back so soon." I don't know. 50 years later, weren't expecting this plane.
And only a week away from retirement. He says the alien retirement.
So
I gotta get home to my alien wife and alien dog. I can't wait.
Thank God I'll live forever like aliens do.
Like aliens do. Like us locust aliens do. Can't wait to eat the next planet.
Yeah, thank God death isn't a thing we have to worry about. I don't even know why I mentioned it, because it's not a thing on our planet.
It's not a thing where I come from. Heaven.
So, Jeff Goldblum starts uploading the virus to the ship.
Okay.
Tapping away.
Tapping away.
And then on comes Ned from Jurassic Park.
Oh, really?
No, it's a little skull that laughs at them.
Yeah. Oh. Does it actually?
Yeah.
Why?
That's what viruses were in the 90s, isn't it?
No, that is true, yeah. Yeah. And that comes up on the alien ship,
yeah.
I imagine, yeah. Why did he have time to program that?
I don't know.
He shouldn't have programmed that. He
That's
should have
way
just programmed
too
the
much.
virus.
Yeah.
Don't let them know.
Also, it's an early warning. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fucking then they get their antivirus on it.
They're like, hang on, what's one of them?
Yeah,
they don't know what a skull is.
Run an antivirus check. Yeah, exactly. That doesn't look like our skulls. What's that all about? It must be one of those fucking weird monkey things that die.
I think we killed the planet.
Idiots. Yeah,
we killed the planet of them a while ago.
And so they deliver the payload, and then Jeff's like, "Come on, Will, get us out of here." And Will's like, "You got it, fella." Goes to pull out, clamps on the
he's been clamped.
Can't get out. The plane keeps like rocking forward and back. The alien thing that's like tapping away at his computer like looks up and sees that this ship is trying to remove itself from the clamps, and he's like, "What the fuck's going on there, though?" Anyway, back on Earth, the president is in a ship because he used to be a pilot.
Yeah, he's rad.
So they just let the president fly a ship.
Well, that's at this point.
Might
work.
Might as well throw everything at him, mightn't we?
Fuck it. If he's gonna die, he's gonna die.
And he's got a big load of people with him, all in planes. Obviously, none of them are like just flapping next to him.
Come on, Prez.
I believe in you so much, President.
Like, I believe in you. Jesus Christ. Just clutching missiles at their feet.
Like Dr. Strangelove, they're just going to get blasted. And so they're all flying towards the ship, and they get close enough, and the president gets tone, which is like the target lock thing.
Yeah.
And he fires his missile. Boom, fuck you, aliens. And he's like, "Have a piece of that." And then it... Shield. And he's like, "Fuck sake." Set the shield down.
Shit.
So they're flying, and then the military leader is like, "Get out of there. Abort mission."
Yeah, fuck that.
And the president's like, "No." The president goes, "I want one more shot at them." Sure, why not?
Just shields, innit?
Yeah.
Some guy's just like, okay.
Well, have a go, but it's going to do nothing, innit?
Can
everyone else fuck off, get out of there.
Shag your wife
Can
after
I be
you
president
die?
after this?
Well, all that.
Oh, I meant to say there's a real sad bit that I forgot to mention. Jasmine, obviously, has been... her storyline is that she's been collecting survivors in the truck.
Them, like some sort of fucking... Yeah. Weirdo online.
Eventually, she collects the...
First lady.
And the First Lady, and Jasmine gets reunited with Will Smith, and they have a little hug and a kiss together, and then the First Lady gets reunited with the President, but she's in hospital.
Yeah.
And the President comes to see her, and he's like, "Oh, what's the deal?" And he's like got his daughter with him, and he's like, "Oh, is she okay? Is she okay?" And the doctor's like, "Let your daughter go through and see her." So the daughter runs in, And then he's like, if we'd have got to her a bit earlier, she might have been okay. She's bleeding internally, and we can't stop the bleeding.
She's got bonitis.
She's got real terrible bonitis.
Shit.
And there's just a real...
Just like, why don't you just stop the bleeding now, though?
There's just a real unnecessarily sad scene where he just has to accept that his wife is dead. But still alive.
Yeah.
But as good as dead.
And he's like, sorry, why aren't you in there then?
Yeah, why aren't you preventing this bleeding?
The bleed.
Yeah.
Because bleeding can be stopped, can't it?
If we'd have got to it earlier than this conversation, then we'd have been able to stop it. But
I was on...
You distracted me, so...
I think you'll find I was on my break, right? And also...
Yeah.
And also, I didn't, at that point, know her insurance details because she came in with some randomer.
Yeah.
So I just didn't know.
So I wasn't going to.
So I just wasn't going to fucking do any of that unless I'm getting my thousands.
Yeah.
I'm not going to touch that.
I've got a
shit.
reputation to deal with.
Yeah.
I can't
also, that is another thing. I've got quite a high percentage, and if I touch that, you never know.
You never know.
Sorry, fella.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Just didn't want to risk it. Didn't want to risk it.
Maybe knowing you're the president, put in some sort of national health service.
Could do, but as it stands, I'm not going to deal with it.
Not going to touch that shit.
Please give me 5 stars on TripAdvisor.
So tell your daughter.
I imagine that's how American healthcare works.
Get ready to have another mum.
Yeah, say goodbye to mum number one.
Mum number one, because, you'll do all right.
But I think that ties into why the president decides to get back.
Well, he's a bit suicide-y.
Yeah. So he's
really sound on his daughter.
I know, yeah. Fuck her, I guess. Yeah.
No,
come on.
Okay, so you said it.
No, I mean, in you've got no parents now.
Oh, fair
enough. So he's flying towards the alien spaceship. He's got one more missile, and he's like, "Have this, you cunt!" Boom! Fires the missile, and this missile goes through.
Hits the ship.
Boom! Apparently, it just took a bit of time for the virus to feed down.
But it was. Yeah, you know what networks like.
Yeah. Slow signal in it. They had 5G
in the 90s. He didn't have fuck all. He didn't even have 3G in the 90s. H browser, whatever.
Yeah.
WAP. They were on WAP.
They were on wet ass pussy.
No. Well, the 90s was a better time.
These aliens with their little slide-up Sony Ericsson black and orange phones, with their headphones in, just bopping away to 3 songs that they had on their MP3 player.
They wouldn't have had slide-up phones in 99 or 96. Fucking hell.
No, I didn't have that till midway through secondary school. Naughties.
Still on the Cardi B though.
So they realise that they can blast through the alien ship, so they all start
blasting.
Then the aliens release all their little separate ships.
The weebs, yeah.
All shooting. And then they start opening their primary weapon, and they open it over the base that the president's Secretary of Defense is in, and the people who are following.
Oh, so they've gone over there.
Yeah. They're over Area 51, I guess.
Well, it's good of them to know.
So they open this big. Well, no one else knows apparently, but the aliens instantly know.
Do.
Oh, I think part of the explanation for this was, Rusty says that he got abducted.
Yeah.
It turns out that that is a thing, and they have been abducting humans and learning the secrets for years. So Rusty
again,
genuinely did get.
Don't
abducted.
know if locusts do that.
No, I know. And also the Area 51 thing, they had been sending scouts to scout out Earth and find, and because they're psychic, they could scout out the positions.
Oh, I see.
That's the lame explanation that they give. Yeah. So they open this big weapon. And they are about to fire, and the president's like, we need to take out that weapon before they take us out. So they fly towards it, and they're just taking all these ships out, and then they fire missiles at it, and the president fires a missile, boom, and he hits the metal casing.
The asshole.
Blows up, yeah. He hits the sphincter rather than the actual right in the hole.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh shit, and that's his last missile, yeah. And then everyone's like, I'm out of missiles.
Everyone's out of missiles. As soon as they found out they could fire the missiles, I imagine all the Americans were just like,
instantly we're loose. Someone just fired them straight up into the
sky.
Whoa, 4th of July, motherfuckers. Happy Independence Day.
We tell everybody on the ground level, you get your pistols out now, you fire them in the sky. You support our troops.
There is genuinely, in this film, there is genuinely a bit where there's a news report, and the news reporter says, this is before the aliens attack. The news reporter is saying, can we please ask people not to fire guns at the ships because you may start an interplanetary war? Which I just thought was amazing because that is typical America.
Very hard America, yeah.
See something fly over.
We'd have to throw oranges at it or something.
Yeah, we'd throw tea at it, I guess, yeah.
Get fucked.
Oh, no.
Be gone.
Off you fuck, chappy. Brexit means Brexit. Tea at it.
No foreigners.
Back to where you came from, good chap. We're the worst. And so everyone's like, we're out missiles. And then over the radio, old Rusty comes in. And he's like, don't you worry, mister. He's full on Southern America.
Hard hit.
He's like, I've got a fucking missile for you, Mr. President.
He's like, don't
it's
shoot
going
me.
right up there, fucking asshole. Woo! And he fucking flies up and he goes to shoot the missile and it jams within the mechanism.
Shit.
And he's reporting back to base and he's like, it's fucking stuck, I can't fire it. And they're like, oh shit, and everyone's like giving up hope. And it turns out his son is in the war room because apparently you can just do that.
Yeah.
And his son's in the war room watching, and he's like, oh shit, my dad's just let us all down. And then his dad is just like, don't worry, I told you I wouldn't let you down.
No.
And he flies his plane straight up into the sphincter of the ship.
Just kills himself.
Absolutely kamikazes into the ship.
Well, let's not say they learnt nothing from Pearl Harbor then.
Yeah, exactly. Every day's a school day.
Every day that day was certainly a school day for these American pilots.
Lots of people. And it does the classic action film thing of he hits their main weapon and all of a sudden the whole ship starts cracking and splitting and explosions
That's
go
the
off.
weak point, Dave.
Boom. There's one weak point. He hits that one vent and the whole thing goes up. Yeah.
So what happens?
Shooting one prats back home, innit?
Do that in your house.
Yeah.
If you fucking shoot a very specific wall point in your house, whole thing's gone.
I won't say what, but there's one joist in my house where you even fucking sneeze on it. This house is coming down.
This house is coming down. It's fucking stupid, man.
It's like shooting one brat back home.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And the whole ship starts coming down, and then they realise that's the fucking weak point, and they start fucking getting on the old Morse code, and they're like, tell everyone that that's where to aim for.
Shooting the asshole.
Shooting the asshole. Meanwhile, back on the ship, Jeff and Will are like, oh shit, we're not going to get out of this. And they get down on the floor. Oh, the alien overrides their ship and starts opening the screen.
Oh.
So Will's like, fucking get down. So they get down on the floor so that it just looks empty. And then Will's sat there with Jeff and he's like, what are we going to do? What's the plan? And Jeff's like, I think this is the plan. I think we've done what we had to do and this is the end.
Oh, really?
And Will's like, okay. And he's like, well, here you go. And he passes him a cigar and he's like, this is the ritual.
How many
when we've done a successful mission. This is he makes a real thing of it because he's about to get in the alien spaceship before they blast off to space. And he's like, he's patting himself down. He's like, oh shit, I don't have a cigar. And he's like, I can't do the mission without a cigar. And I was like, you've told the fucking president of the United States you're going to fly this fucking plane up there, so you're doing the mission.
You are doing the mission, fella,
or not,
otherwise you get shot in the head.
Yeah. Anyway, turns out, luckily, Jeff Goldblum's dad has two cigars on him. He's a fucking head.
Maverick.
Apparently. And they're fucking big old Cubans.
Yeah, big chongers,
real big guys, yeah. So he gives them to Will Smith and he's like, go on, best of luck, fella. So anyway, they get these cigars out and they light them in the ship and they start smoking them. And then Jeff Goldblum is like, I can't even remember what happens. Oh, yeah, he says, we've got one failsafe. And Will's like, what? And he's like, we've got the missiles on this ship that we planted. He's like, we can fucking just blast them from here. Like, we just blow them up.
Shoot them up.
And Will's like, yeah, let's do it. So they pop up and they like start waving at the alien in the command center. And they're like, hey, guess what? Meet your first humans, blah, blah, blah. And Will's like mouthing to Jeff. He's like, they've got no idea what's fucking coming, do they? And Jeff's like, nope, no idea. Keep waving. So they keep waving, and then they press this button, and a fucking missile just blows through the alien. Blasts them apart. And then something they hit releases the clamps on their ship.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Lucky that.
And then Will's like, oh my god. And he puts out his cigar, and he's like, you fucking put that out. We're not smoking that till we get home. And he grabs the controls, and they fucking fly. And then these ships chase them, and they fly, and they get the classic... There's a door closing. It's like a triangular door.
Gotta have one of these, yeah.
And very last second, at a point, I would say, where the door is closed way too much for
I've
Will
not
to
watched
get
the
out.
film that does this today. Out they go.
Blasts through their little sphincter hole.
It's cold outside. There's no kind of atmosphere.
Red Dwarf noise, wasn't it? Yeah. And then these 3 alien spaceships that were chasing them all crash into the door because they're fucking dweebs, I guess.
They're thick, yeah.
And then the missile goes off, and the big mothership explodes. And
Holy
dies.
shit.
And Will and Jeff are flying away, and they're like, "Oh shit!" And the thing they had in their ship was apparently a nuke. And there's just this huge ripple, and they get engulfed in fire and rippled, and
fire's cold though.
And they you don't see them again ever.
That's them dead.
That's them dead.
That's a shitter.
And then we're back on Earth, and the president's landed, and everyone's like, "Yeah, 4 more years, 4 more years." And he's like, "Yeah, fucking, we smashed that, fellas. Sent them back to where they came from, but we didn't. We just killed them."
Yeah, he just killed them.
The American
So
way.
who's the big one dead?
Yeah, everything's dead.
Everything's dead.
And all over the world, the humans are winning against the aliens. The president, before they went up in their planes, did their big, "This is our Independence Day."
We can fight them on the beaches.
Yeah. But they will not take our freedom. We don't get many speeches now, do we? Aragorn's Lord of the Rings speech was probably the last.
Not this day. Yeah, that was the best.
That's probably the last big speech.
That's
a good speech. That is a really good speech. I'd be fucking roused by that.
I did a good
throw
speech.
my life on the line.
Right speech.
You did a good speech. I was willing to throw my life on the line for you.
Would you?
For that speech? Yeah.
No,
it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it.
All right. Well,
touch me.
It's not reciprocated. I think. Yeah, we don't get a good speech in a film. It's usually
doesn't
just
happen often, doesn't it? Not anymore.
It's usually a shit like in Love Actually, where people don't say it anymore. They just write it down.
Write it down on cards.
And throw them away. Martine McCutcheon.
Oh, they want to fucking cook someone's husband. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's sound in it.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Well, is it sound? Best rom-com ever made.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cook someone. It's a rom-com.
That's what it should have been called.
Cook.
Cook, actually. Maybe we'll do that at Christmas. Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah, but probably not.
Doubt it.
Christmas with the Cranks, the unreleased tapes.
We're
working through our unreleased episodes. Yeah. Octopussy, we'll do that at Christmas.
Fucking hell.
So they're having a big cheer, and then everyone's like, "Has anyone heard from our boys up in the sky?" And they're like, "No, we lost signal with them." And then they're like, "Oh wait, no, signal's come back."
There they are.
Instantly. Like I genuinely laughed at that because they were like, "We lost signal with them like 20 minutes ago," and then he's like, "Wait, I've picked up a signal." And I was like, "Brilliant, amazing."
Shit, and they're like, "Were you looking?" He's like, "No,
no, sorry,
no, sorry.
I haven't looked for 20 minutes."
To be honest,
that's why
I had to go for a shit. I was quite panicked about what was going on, and I was a bit loose, so I had to go to the loo.
My tummy was real icky.
No,
it's all over the place.
I've been on the coffee for 2 full days.
No, I'm stressed, man. I'm real stressed.
I was real loose.
That poo was horrible as well, man. It was not good. Not solid.
No. It was black. Christ.
I think most of it was blood. I'm not happy. I should go get checked out.
It was what I'd call a wetty.
So they drive out to where they've picked up their signal, and they get to they're back in the desert. Why not?
Well, I may as well.
And Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum are fucking walking across the desert, striding like the fucking big men they are. They've got the cigars lit. Yeah. They're fucking chewing away on these cigars. They look cool as fuck. The women come running up to them.
Do they?
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum's ex-wife comes running up. She fucking jumps on him. Snogs him even though he's been smoking a cigar. Grim.
Oh, it's horrible.
Will Smith's stripper missis comes running up. She does a little striptease for him.
Yeah, she wouldn't care about kissing his mouth.
Yeah, gets right in there. Blah, blah, blah. And then, everyone's like, yeah. And then it's like, yeah, Independence Day. And that's the film.
And that's
it.
The
aliens, yeah. I think that's it. I can't remember what happens after that, but that's a good place to end as any.
It's a great place to end as any.
Yeah.
God, that's a action-packed film, isn't it?
It's so good. It perfectly wraps up. Doesn't need a sequel. Done. Never make any sequels to it, please.
They did, though, didn't they?
No, it doesn't need one, so why would they?
But they did, though.
Oh, but why would they? What's left to wrap up?
But they did, though.
No, but nothing. No need, is there?
Another alien. Bigger alien.
But the aliens were part of like a hive mind, weren't
I thought they teased that at the end of this film where there's just a bigger alien ship.
There's always a bigger
alien.
And
it uncloaks somewhere. I'm sure that's what happened.
Oh, maybe. I didn't watch past the credits, so...
No, I don't think it's a post-credit scene. I think it's before... I don't know.
I don't remember that.
I might be talking shit. Yeah. Either way, yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah.
It didn't need a
sequel.
No.
I watched
redo this one.
I watched the sequel and it actually diminished how much I love this first
Really?
film. Yeah. I watched the sequel and I was like...
It's interesting to see a film that's pretty much exclusively plain combat as well.
Yeah,
I know Top Gun exists, but even that was more about like the school
guys
side of
the
it
ground.
and the guys on tour, as opposed to just it being
all
ace combat, the film. Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah, it is a crazy film.
Who gives a fuck about planes?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's the Top Gun, but the planes are cool, man. I love seeing a plane in a film. Yeah.
It's a low bar for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Jesus, you're someone
there's
boring, man.
There's also a bit where Rusty's son is like driving on a shit little moped thing, and Rusty goes overhead in his little biplane crop duster thing. And I thought, that looks like a nod to Top Gun, where Maverick's on his full souped up bike and jets go over him and he's like fucking racing.
Maybe it is, probably is.
And I was like, that seems like a bit of a nod to that, but like a shit,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
probably
a shit
what it's
version.
for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's late in the day, so we've been struggling through this one. I think.
Yeah,
I think that's safe to say. But do you know what? That's a good That is a good film.
Do you know what?
I miss it. I really miss that film. And as you were telling me about it, I thought, I haven't watched Independence Day in a long time. I played the game for the PS1 as well.
Yeah. I didn't play the game. What was the game like?
Hard.
Was that?
Shit. Both of those things.
What was there a game called Area 51?
There was a game called Area 51. It was
fucking good.
It was a light gun game.
Oh, yeah, it was, And it was scary, and it was quite good.
And, fun fact about that Area 51 light gun game, you could set it to alien mode, but you didn't have to do anything. All you had to do was just only shoot the troops.
Okay.
And it would immediately change it to you were an alien going through the base.
Cool.
That is cool, isn't it?
That's very cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
That game was rad. Yeah.
I think you rented that game and I watched you play it.
Yeah, I was certainly. What you watched.
Because there was a real creepy bit where like one of the aliens grabs one of the guys and like
it was
lots
great.
of creepy bits. It was very
great
good.
Game Area 51.
Yeah, it was good.
But I like this film.
Yeah, no, I really, and it did exactly what I needed it to do. Because like I said, I was after a comfort film. I was after a film that just reminded me of being a kid and just made me happy. And Independence Day is that film. It's just great. It's just action-packed, very silly, and great.
Yeah. Well, good.
Good.
I'm glad you told me about it.
Yeah. There's our film for this week. I hope you enjoyed the Independence Day episode. If you want to hear a new film episode, then we do one every Thursday, apart from when we have technical difficulties, in which case, what can we do about it?
We'll stop saying that from now.
Yeah. If you want to follow us and hear what we're up to, then the best place to do that is any social media. We're at Wreckfast_Club, probably most active on Instagram. So make sure you give us a follow. If you want to give us 5 stars on any, or just any stars.
That would be novel, yeah.
Yeah, we've had
5 though.
We've had 2 5-star reviews, you know.
Because we're so good.
That's pretty good. I'm happy with that.
200.
200 5-star reviews. Or even if you just want to tell your friends about this podcast and get them listening, that is such a massive help, and we really, really do appreciate it. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next Thursday or in between with bonus content. Who knows?
Who knows?
But we'll speak to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.